Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Preparation Ape, your number one place for all things disappointing from Tokyo Game Show.
Oh,
but wait, there was nothing from Tokyo Game Show.
nothing to be disappointed in.
I'm DKP.
I'm H. Tom.
We're coming to you live, of course, at twitch.tv/chainscythe every
Thursday?
most Thursday, well, Thursdays for sure, at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes.
There's little air quotes for you.
Yeah.
Visual
Exceptionally late
fidelity.
tonight by about half an hour.
Yeah,
Tom's
man, we just had
apologies.
some delays.
Yes, what do we got in the Rizdocs tonight?
Man, all kinds of fucking garbage. We're going to be talking a little bit about the new game from Squanch Tendo, a company we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be talking about a couple of things that came out of Tokyo Game Show. New Resident Evil 7 details. Maybe some Death Stranding.
We should have got us some of them hats.
All right. And we're going to talk about Sony, because they've been doing a lot of things lately, and we have been talking about it the last few weeks. I want to combine it into one quick little segment. So, of course, we're going to answer some questions. What's up, Rose and Pebble?
It's got to be the fantastic Major Tom imitates DKP segment.
Yep.
Because you're going to be
it's my
shitting all over something.
It's my best impression of DKP.
Well, when you were explaining it to me earlier, I was like, man, sounds like it's something I should be doing. That's what I'm excited for. I don't get to see you in such a rare mood so often, right? You know?
Also going to give away a copy of the Master Chief Collection for Xbox One. So hopefully we have some Xbox One owners out there who are hungry for a code. So, yeah.
Hungry like the wolf for the code.
Maybe
specifically.
so. Maybe so.
Man,
How are you?
I'm
doing okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
doing good.
Good.
I'm kind of bummed that we made a Duran reference.
Yeah,
but that's all right. I did that. That's on me. So with no further ado, I think we should get going. We do have a lot to cover.
All right, cool.
So
let's do it. Jump in. Oh God.
All right.
Delays.
I can't even
Delays.
explain to you how tickled I was when I saw The Last Guardian was delayed again.
So, what's up, Spotify? What's up, Val? Bone diddlies. I like that. A couple of delays. So, of course, Last Guardian was delayed from like October 23rd or some shit to December 6th. So, that is now the, I don't know, like fourth Sony game to get delayed. Luckily, it didn't get delayed till next year, because that would have been a travesty.
Oh, we got plenty of those, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got so they had 4 like big exclusives, if you exclude VR, coming at the end of the year. Yeah. They had Last Guardian. They had Gravity Rush 2, which I don't know if I'd call that a big one, but Gravity Rush 2, Gran Turismo Sport, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn got pushed back around E3 until February. Gran Turismo Sport got pushed back a couple of weeks ago to sometime next year. And Last Guardian just got pushed back to December 6th, which is 4 days after Gravity Rush 2 comes out. So, like, November, not a single like PlayStation exclusive is coming. Of course, like I said, we'd still get the VR stuff.
This is just talking about PlayStation exclusives. If you look back to what I think was like in one of the first 10 prep apes, if you want to see some like doe-eyed individuals being so hyped for, man, I gotta tell you, 2016 is gonna be the it's gonna be the greatest
episodes ago.
Yeah, it's gonna be the greatest year for gaming since fucking 2014.
Yeah, go back and watch our preview of games for 2016.
And almost none of those are actually coming out this year.
Yeah, Batman says January and February is stacked. Fuck yeah, they are. Mr. Polka. Appreciate the compliment, Mr. Barbecue. I was thinking a lot about Last Guardian the day before it got delayed. It must be your fault.
No, it's just it's one of those things where it's like when there's an accidental meme, which is like The Last Guardian's never coming out.
Yeah, and
it's happened almost an unexcusable amount of times throughout the years, and then finally, like we're talking months before release, it's just like one more, just like that fucking. God, I can't say how much that pleased me. Like I feel bad for everyone else who really wants it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like
the idea that it got delayed again is fucking hysterically funny, though.
Yeah, and dude, if you think about it, every single big Sony exclusive, let's say, like except for Until Dawn, has been delayed.
Yeah,
like,
good on
Infamous
Until Dawn,
Infamous Second Son was supposed to be a launch title. Uncharted was supposed to be out last year. The Order 1886 was supposed to be out the year before last. Like all of their really big games just keep getting delayed, which you and I have talked about it before. Game delays are fine. If you want to delay a game, no big deal.
But there is a little bit more to say on that. But we have that has its own slide, doesn't it?
Yeah. If we're talking about the Sony hate wagon that we're currently riding, then yes. Let me just say, boobs are so comforting, supportive and pillow-like. It's true. Last Guardian, correct. Federation Force is on track for a Black Friday release. PlayStation mods. We'll definitely be getting into that mod conversation before the end of the night. So I want to read a little bit from Shuhei Yoshida. He's the president of Worldwide Studios out of Japan. Here's a blog post he wrote. He said, "The Last Guardian development team is fast approaching major milestones in production and has made the tough decision to delay the release of The Last Guardian a few weeks. Fumito Ueda, Jin Design, and Japan Studio.
Ueda-san. There you go.
Yeah. And Japan Studio have a wonderful vision for The Last Guardian's touching emotional journey of friendship and trust. And we want to deliver the most polished experience possible for our fans who have supported us for so long. A delay is a difficult decision, particularly with this game, but we have encountered more bugs than anticipated while in the final stages of development. To ensure that The Last Guardian delivers on the experience of the players, experience that the game's creators have envisioned, we need to take extra time to work on those issues." I think it's interesting that he calls out the fact that there are bugs too. There's some bugs in it. We got to fix them.
Well, yeah, most companies would write that off to polish.
Yeah.
Need more polish in it. One thing I did like, let me lean over there and read this. Emotional journey of friendship and trust. Their development cycle could not have portrayed anything the opposite.
Friendship and trust for us. What about for us? TP Poker says, "What are your thoughts on the Ubisoft game For Honor?" Very good. I'm very excited about it. Game was delayed, but looks pretty sick. I agree. Been playing the alpha today. It's pretty good, says Badman. Rose says, "Do you think it's a case for Sony being too eager to announce dates, or dev problems, or to be consistent for Sony lately?" We're actually going to touch on all that, Rose, at the very end of the show. That's our, not very end. It's going to be before Win Stuff Money, but it's going to be our topic.
Short answer, probably.
I think it's a combination.
All of the above?
Yeah. Many would compare this channel to two comfy boobs. I wouldn't, but some might.
Slate says, us specifically.
Slate says, "Fuck Last Guardian."
Of course.
Lord Barbecue says, "The absolute Last Guardian possible." So yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Let's dive into South Park. South Park just, that was announced today that it's been delayed. So this comes by way of Engadget. South Park Through the Fractured But Whole, delayed until 2017. Ubisoft announced the date change in a 2-sentence update on the Ubi blog. The development team wants to make sure the game experience meets the high expectations of fans, and the additional time will help achieve this goal.
All right.
Pretty straightforward. I mean, to me, that's really all you need to say. I understand the importance of having...
Don't try to placate to my feelings of, but it's friendship and love. That's why we're doing this.
I actually understand the point of, number one, having Shuhei Yoshida write it, who, like I said, he's the president of Worldwide Studios for first parties for PlayStation. He is at Sony. He doesn't even work for Japan Studio. He doesn't work with Ueda. He doesn't do any of that kind of stuff. He is
I think they should have brought in
high
Reggie
level.
To write it.
Do what?
Should have brought in Reggie to write it.
I'm okay with that too. So Fractured But Whole getting delayed sounds like it'd be a bad thing. Again, delays in general are good. You know what I'm saying?
There's a difference though.
Take your time, get the game right. You know what?
Yeah. Last Guardian delays are not good.
Well, it's been delayed for
exactly
11
10 years.
One of the things they talk about on the Kind of Funny stuff is that in the time that it has taken them to put out, the Ico team to put out Last Guardian, Naughty Dog has released Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4, and The Last of Us. 5 AAA incredible games in the time that it's taken them to put this out. Same could be said for Final Fantasy 15. But Final Fantasy 15, when you look at it as a total package, you're like, I get this. I get why this took 10 years. When I look at Last Guardian, I don't have that feeling.
There's honestly some guy that it's possible somebody went to jail for murder, second-degree murder, and was like, I'm really bummed. I'll never get to play The Last Guardian when it comes out. Yet he's going to achieve that goal. Because it's going to be getting out this is going to be a 10-year sentence.
Yeah.
It's... Like I said, it's almost like there's a statute of limitations on something they're trying to ride out.
Yeah.
And then the day before it's supposed to announce, you're gonna be like, nah, just kidding. There was never anything. We're out of here. That's it.
I'm okay with delays, but in terms of South Park, what I'm actually really excited about.
This is their first delay, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So what I'm really excited about with South Park is, if you remember a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about the Final Fantasy 15 delay, I said I was worried about Final Fantasy 15 being such a robust game that it would either cut into my Mafia 3 time. It was going to cut into my Mafia 3 time, and I said it's okay. I don't want it to cut into Mafia 3 because Mafia 3 comes out a week after when Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to come out. But they pushed it back to November 29th, I believe, Final Fantasy. So I was like, now instead of cutting into my my Mafia time, now it's going to cut into my South Park time, which isn't as big of a deal because I could probably clear South Park out in a weekend, take a break from Final Fantasy, and play through South Park. But now I don't have to worry about that at all. So now it's going to cut into my Last Guardian time, which is kind of okay. Like, if I have to wait, like, Last Guardian is not one of those, it's like, I got to get that bitch cleared out. I'm more interested to see if it's decent. Hit a couple of comments. These farts are just not gonna cut. Need them to be more deep. Hold up the release.
These farts? What?
Because it's South Park.
Oh, you said they were talking about Last Guardian still. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Val says, that many delays tells me that they can't get something to work. For sure. And what it sounds like they can't get to work is their marketing
their
team.
Development staff.
Am I right? Last Guardian, never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Granted, a few of those years have no dev team in them because of the studio getting shifted. So, regardless, it's annoying as fuck. True story. I'd say any game that takes 10 years to be released isn't going to live up to the hype.
Yeah, if this comes out to be a Duke Nukem Forever...
Wise words, Mr. Defy.
Oh, man, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that.
Right? Textblade says, let's take bets if The Last Guardian will be delayed again. I vote yes. I vote no.
I'll
take that back.
I vote it's never going to come out, period.
Ooh. Last Guardian is about a guy down and out of his luck and joins the Guardian Angels. The next day, they all got gonorrhea from sleeping with a whore at a party. He was the last man standing. I'd play that game.
I would.
Little Tortilla Boy says, sounds like a romance. It reminds me of a joke from The Wedding Singer. When he's like, I got a song for you. I got punched in the nose for sticking it in business that didn't matter to be in, or something like that. But then that old man goes, sounds like a country song. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The Wedding Singer.
No, I know the movie.
The Wedding Singer.
The only part that I think is really monumental from that is he's losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits. And then the curtain roll. Yes. Yeah. Anything John Lovitz.
Yeah.
But of course.
Babbitt says the delayed but whole. So yeah, I'm actually completely okay with both of these delays. I'm a little disappointed in The Last Guardian just for the sake of we promise it'll be out in 2016. But 3 days before 2016 is over. I'm exaggerating, of course. But
yeah, right.
By the way, like your jacket, Major Tom. Appreciate that, Rose. Appreciate that.
All right. I think we should move on.
Who's the new mod? Says Little Tortilla Boy. We have a new mod. Oh, that's Rose.
She's been a moderator for
Rose,
a long time.
Little Tortilla Boy. It's silver-haired girl.
Or Rose. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they know each other, actually.
Yeah, maybe he's just making a joke.
So let's see.
We're moving on.
Yeah, everyone on Earth played Battlefield 1, apparently.
Yep.
I played
So, quick disclaimer. I work for Electronic Arts, so anything I say about Electronic Arts is my opinion and my opinion on. Please take everything I say about Electronic Arts, positive or negative, with a grain of salt. But I usually don't talk bad about it. I love it. So, Battlefield 1. This comes by way of IGN.com. Michael Passalacqua.
They would hire somebody named Michael Passalacqua.
Passalacqua?
Passalacqua bananas. They would.
All right. So, what he says is the Battlefield 1 beta had 13.2 million players, making it the biggest beta in EA history. According to an infographic for the beta, the 13.2 million figure is more than double the strength of the British and Ottoman empires deployed in the Middle East during World War I. Check out the full stats from the infographic below. Just a couple of interesting things from that. 30% played as the Assault class, 28% the Scout class, 21% Support class, and 10% Medic class. People like their Assault. 28.9 million melee kills. Tank Hunter is the most destructive elite class. 13 million kills scored by the Armored Train.
What's an elite class?
I don't know.
All right.
13 million kills scored by the Armored Train. 13 million. 23.8 million road kills and 62.2 million kills while on a horse. I wish it would have had how many horse deaths.
There were quite a few from me.
Yeah. I was at least 1 million of those.
All right.
Riding in, killing.
Let's do a couple comments real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Go on. Got Battlefield. Oh, Tekka Slade. Battlefield 1 was good, but no Titanfall 2. He's played both, so I trust his opinion on such a thing.
For sure.
Let's see. Oh, that's actually Michael Ikea. Or Michael Quesadilla.
Don't tell jokes, he only tells truths.
What's up, Morning Shark?
What's up, baby?
And Elite Class or something like becoming a hero in Battlefront. Okay.
Thank you.
That's why I never got to that, I guess.
Anything else? I think that's cool. It's exciting.
I don't have anything.
I don't know. I think this game is going to do very well.
I think it says something pretty big that they could release for their open beta a map that sucks so bad, yet it's still that popular.
Yeah.
Because that desert map was fucking terrible. But and did you read this shit about it's not like the map was terrible. I don't like desert maps. But did you also read that the sandstorms that happened? There was people were pointing out that those aren't server side. So some people, it looks like they're in a sandstorm to them, but it's not for everyone else.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way it's gonna be like that come full release. Like, absolutely, there's no way. They're like, wait a minute. What you're saying is that it's not fair for one person to be running around in a sandstorm, but have clear visibility to everyone else? DICE is a pretty competent developer, I'm sure, you know. But yes, no, I don't really have anything else. I'm pretty excited for this, because there will be a lot. Every single thing that I didn't like about this will be an option I could put in a filter and change come full release.
Yeah.
So if I don't want desert and I want it to be hardcore mode, no vehicles or whatever, I can do that.
Yep. You can just a la carte the shit out of it and pick what you want.
Very excited.
One thing I do want to touch on is, like, as somebody who is working at EA, and even as somebody who is not working at EA, I have not seen this much hype around a Battlefield game comparatively to a Call of Duty game ever. Like, Call of Duty and Battlefield, that conversation has been happening for a very, very long time. We've talked about this on Prep 8 before, like right when both got announced. We were kind of comparing the two. But the amount of, like, excitement and enthusiasm I've seen for Battlefield 1 and the amount of, like, unexcitement I've seen for Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, really, it's like a perfect storm.
It's wild.
There's two things. So people are finally really tired of, like, okay, thanks, Activision, for giving us your same engine, not, like, neck-sleeping graphics that we haven't got from this series in a long time.
Yeah.
And, okay, they went future, which nobody really wants anymore. And we went not only back to, you know, like, WW2. No, we did one better.
Yeah.
Went back to WW1, which you haven't even fucking played before.
First time you've seen tanks. First time you've seen airplanes in battle.
So it was literally just like how they, because you know most times companies compete like that. They kind of do similar to like the same thing, right? This time, finally, it's like one of the two companies decided to take a gamble. Yeah. I don't know which one it was. It's like, we're sticking with what we have. We know you're doing the other thing.
Yeah, I feel like
we're
Call
sold
of Duty...
that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Or we're confident that people want more future. Or we're confident that people want whatever. And, it just completely fell to the favor of DICE this time.
Yeah. I think it's nice to see DICE or EA not chasing Activision with, like, let's make a modern shooter. Like, it's been basically two of the same games on the shelf. And now they couldn't have gone in more opposite directions. So I think that's really cool. Scroll up a little bit. We missed quite a few comments, and I want to make sure these guys get some love. And horse kills are the best, says Tekka Slade. TP Poker says, back in 2012, I was invited by EA to a closed-door meeting where I was one of the first in the free world to see Battlefield 4 running. I like that he uses the word free world. Battlefield 4 running. There was a couple of kids in Africa who got to play before me. Running on a beta PS4 console. It was sweet. I had to leave my cell phone in the lockbox and had to sign 2 confidentiality agreements. Dude, I have signed so many NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. It's crazy. Haven't played either of them, says Val. There's not enough mechs or kill streaks in Battlefield 1. That's true.
You know what? If there is one thing that it's missing, it's mechs. You're
and
absolutely
kill
right.
streaks. Airplane stuff was great too. They're both awesome. So I'm at the gym right now. Watching Extra.
J-Lo?
And that J-Lo is still pretty hot. J-Lo is fine.
The fuck is Extra?
No, it's one of those shows. I don't know. I'd pork her for sure, says Poker.
I don't know. I never found J-Lo to be that good. There's a lot
That's
of
what I
other
guess for an
actresses,
old broad.
but-
Steve Foger says, I'd plant my hot dog between her buns. Ooh la la.
Ooh.
Ghost Romeo says, I heard the little tortilla boy eats the kitty like an African child with a lunch. This guy knows what's up.
Wait.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Ghost! Oh, that's funny because Rosalind. Oh, man. Oh,
I'm pretty sure Ghost of Romeo.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it is.
Like,
That's the joke.
yes. All right. Well, that's all we got on this one. And this comes out when, October?
Ghost Rosalind says, "Little tortilla boy is Ghost of Romeo."
Like, I'm not blowing up anyone's spot here. Right?
It's like
didn't fucking
it's
come
like the
here
end
to
of
do
Scooby Doo. They pull off little tortilla boy's tortilla mask, and boom,
It's Tortilla Mask.
there's old Ghost of Romeo.
I like to think it's the ghost mask, and there's just a tortilla under it.
The image in my mind is so good.
Dude, Scooby, I loved that show, but do you remember the one where it's like, oh yeah, this Frankenstein monster chasing us around at Mach speed, he just had clear skis on his feet. The whole time. Indoors, just snow skiing indoors. It's like, what the fuck, like...
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm totally in.
They would come up with just the most ridiculous ways for, like, how they would do it. And one of them was, like, Frankenstein on ice skiing. Like, ice skates. Or, not ski, it was like skis, but clear plastic skis that you couldn't see or some goofy shit. Alright. Think we're good to move on?
Hit a couple more comments and then we'll move on with the show. Battlefield doesn't have mechs. Trump must have gotten his input to EA. Tortilla mask. That sounds awesome.
MEX Max.
Rosalind, I missed you. Like the ghosts use ropes to fly.
Like, yeah, he used a hula hoop to come up with this elaborate scheme to sodomize me. I don't know how. I would have gotten away with it too.
Tortilla boy, do me a favor and make another account that's called the Tortilla Mask.
Yeah, just...
Alright, yep, let's move on.
Alright, we got
Dinner with the Bakers.
Should we just play it, or do you want to...
What do you think? You think we should...
We're just playing it.
Alright.
Dude, what the fuck?
Is the ratings board for Europe.
Fuck is Peggy? That's so lame. ESRB sounds way cooler.
I know. We should just say Erzver 18.
Erzver
M. Erzver Biohazard.
Biohazard.
You were right.
You know what type of female voice actors I really hate? Anyone who sound like Winona Ryder. And there's a lot.
What the
This
fuck
is one.
does that mean?
This is one.
You hate voice actors who sound
I don't like how
Ryder.
Winona Ryder talks.
Did you like Stranger Things?
I did, because she wasn't bad in that, but I still like...
Where's my son?
Her,
And my cigarettes?
Her, just like, I don't know, the way she talks, like... I started noticing when Mr. Deeds came out.
Yeah.
And then was like...
She was hot, Mr. Deeds.
It was good. But yeah, I don't know, I just can't...
That's an underrated gem.
That's specific, but also accurate. Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna go down the limb and say Resident Evil 7 is gonna be amazing. Last time I felt this way was when I first saw the E3 trailer before. Right?
Which E3 trailer? The one where he was like being chased in a giant airship? That looked fucking awesome.
I get like total Las Plagas vibes from this. Except it's a lot more like confined. It's like if you mix Resident Evil 1 and 4 together.
So Tekka Slade is looking at this footage, and out of every adjective he could use for why it's shitty, he uses, it looks boring.
This game looks like such a bore. Oh. This new Resident Evil trailer. Mo.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's
Dude,
time
I think it
for
looks
supper.
amazing. This scene in particular.
Yeah. Hold on. Really quick. Val says Winona Ryder was surprisingly good in Stranger Scenes. In Stranger Things. It's because she stole the scene. Get it? Give it some rips. You get it? She stole the scene. She was caught shoplifting, arrested. You don't remember that?
No.
Never mind.
He got to have his supper. Come here, boy. Let's do this. Come on.
You like mollusks and clams?
Oh shit, he's nutty!
She like starts freaking out.
Up, Marguerite.
That for him!
Get the hell out of here.
You're a son of a bitch! Oh,
That's how I feel
son of a bitch, he's nutty!
like when I go over to like my in-laws' house for Thanksgiving.
There is special
And I'm like, I don't want to be rude, not eat any of the food, but just in case it's like something I don't like, I'm like, something. He's not eating. Like, not that I have reason to think that, but I always just get like a weird anxiety about like people getting really offended that I'm not eating their things. You know?
Yeah. Would you like one of these deviled eggs?
Like,
There's no way I could eat one of those.
oh,
He's not eating it.
I had a snack pack on my way over. I am stuffed. No.
Trying to figure out where we're at in the comments. She was way sexy in Heather's. And text late says, exactly. No lie. This is like a normal South Texas family dinner. I'm being cautious on how I feel. It looks good, but I'm wary. I can respect that. That impersonation of Tekka was spot on. Text late says, right?
Well, I was talking to
Snapback.
I think it was Outify the other day about 4 and 5 and all that.
Yeah.
And this is something I think we've mirrored plenty of times on here. I love 4. It's great, but I also hate it because that was where that's where Resident Evil went to die. Right?
Yeah.
In the same thing with this one, but I think like this is the one death that I'll kind of be like welcoming of, which is the current Resident Evil. It's gonna die here.
Yeah.
Right. This is gonna be the new style, probably.
6 was amazing, says Tekka Slade.
Dude, you have
I
just
agree
the
with
worst
you.
opinions
I agree.
of everybody I've ever met.
Dude,
in my
me and
entire
Tekka
life.
Slade had so much fun playing through that fucking game.
I don't
Resident
doubt
Evil with
it,
hillbillies. Alright, here's the vibes I get. Just an amalgamation of delicious treats. If you mix Resident Evil 1 with Resident Evil 4, so you got the mansion, you got the creepiness.
Yep.
But you got the Los Plagas. Like if you like moved
Dude,
into a house.
I hope it's not Las Plagas though.
I don't think it is, but it's like that. Where they're like affected by these viruses. Because it's clear you see the can't remember his name, but we'll just call him the Father Baker.
No, they call him Family Guy or Family Man on the
Oh, yeah.
like on the forums and stuff.
Where he
We'll call him Family Guy. How about that?
Well, let's call him Family Guy. Luckily, there's a Family Guy. Where he's like on fire and like coming at you.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
there's
clearly,
no way he's dead from that. So he's got a little bit of something in him. I also get like major fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes from it.
Well, that scene specifically where they're eating at the table, that's like
Yeah.
ripped straight out of it.
Yeah,
Or wakes up and they're eating tied down, right?
it's true.
Now, of course, you don't have Leatherface there with his fancy dinner mask. You know, the lady one with the lipstick on.
Yeah.
You're missing that, but I don't know. You still got you got Bill Moseley's character, right? The guy who has the plate in his head. You got it looks it's definitely an homage too, I think.
For sure.
So yeah,
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I just pictured them like, how are we going to do Resident Evil 7? We got to change things. We got to go back to the roots. We got to do something special. Let's consume some horror content. And then for them to like latch on to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's such a good sign.
but one thing like you know, and this is the same way I felt about 4, 5, and 6, which is like, well, let's say 4 and 5. Did I really enjoy them? Did I love them? Yes. Did I love them because they were Resident Evil games? No.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been further from the truth. But I feel like this is going to be the same thing. But I'm not really that Resident Evil that I used to love. Right? It's dead. It's not coming back
But it is though.
unless RE2 remake. But
That's what
dude,
I'm
we
saying.
don't know.
We're getting it, and to me, it's what I talk
No.
about with the Crash Bandicoot trilogy remake. I would rather them take the old games and like
Listen,
update them than I would make new games like them that will never be able to capture the magic.
no, listen. I see. Do you remember when people were like, "Wait a minute, so Final Fantasy 15's not going to be turn-based? What?
Yeah.
How the fuck is that? I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 7 remake's not going to be turn-based,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's like I didn't think for a second that was actually going to happen. I would like for that to be the case, but did I actually?
So
think...
do you think Resident Evil 2 remake is going to
No.
not have tank controls?
Absolutely, there's no fucking way it's going to have tank controls.
Interesting.
I would like for them to, but there's no fucking way they're going to do that.
I'll take a bet on it.
I'll take a bet. What do you want?
Um,
You eat my pussy if it don't have tank controls. My shit pussy.
I'll do that anyway. Ooh, never mind.
What do you think?
Okay.
It's the only one I've got.
Okay. Whoever loses, the person who loses has to buy a physical copy of it for the other person.
Oh come on, the stakes are too low, man. This is a big one,
Dude, the stakes are too low, but you didn't want to do a Final Fantasy VII bet where one of us had to play
Dude,
through it?
I'll pay $60 way before I'm like, yes, I will stream a no voiceover game that's 100 hours long on stream.
And you
That's
want me
way-
to play this piece of shit game?
I'm not saying you have to stream it. Those are just hard games to stream though, because it's like when
No,
you read all
just
the
hang- you
dialogue.
just hang
whatever.
out with people.
No, I'm saying okay. Then what's
So
the point?
you don't want to do it.
Do
You got to
what?
buy me a
Venom?
copy if you're.
I think that's
if
too
it has
little,
tank
man.
controls.
I think that's too little. I think we need to raise the stakes.
All right. Well, then let's raise them. Go ahead.
You go.
I just gave you one. And you
and-
shot that shit down like you do half my ideas.
And you got to rip. You got to give me a rim job.
I'm not giving you rim jobs. Not on camera.
No, you don't have to know. No,
Whoever loses has to play Superman 64. Says Batman.
All right, let's do that. Copy of the game for the other person.
And you have to get through the rings portion.
Yep.
You have
And,
to at least on stream
fine.
have to get through the rings.
a little bit of, sadism in there. That's all right. Okay.
If it has tank controls, I win. If it doesn't, you win.
Yep.
Cool. Just confirming. All right.
Oh, hold on. Well, but one thing I guess I do want to. What if they're optional? What if it has both?
Of course,
Does
it's
that
going to
still-
have both.
Okay, well, I still bet.
I'm not saying primarily tank controls. I'm just saying tank
still-
controls will be an option.
You know what? I still bet then. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Of course, it's going to have both.
We
Scroll
already-
up because we missed a fuckload of comments.
Yes, we did.
We're having a lot of fun this episode. We're going real slow. Scroll down a
Someone's
little
talking about
bit.
snack
American
packs.
Horror Story Season 7.
Resident Evil with hillbillies. That is like the scariest thing I can think of.
Right?
Yeah.
Played the Resident Evil 5 remaster. Was shit.
What?
Let me put them.
The
Let me put them on timeout. The new American Horror Story is shit. Val says, "Do you just come up with questions when you're on the shitter?" Lunch. Major T and I had a blast with 5 and 6. Yes, sir, we did. Good to know. Leatherface and Tortilla Mask, 2 legendary horror villains. I think they may have been injected with the same strain of virus Wesker did. Interesting. Resident Evil 2.
They're
What is
Wesker's fucking
Is that a heart?
step,
Is it a butt?
step family.
What is that little thing you posted there?
I think it's supposed to be a heart, but for some
Looks like
reason
a
it's
butt.
cut off on the bottom.
If Major Tom would post the questions up earlier, there would have been at least 30. Glad I didn't then. Seems like the son getting his hand off. Whoa. Alright, it's something that normally happens to them, right? He's like, not again.
Dear diary, Dad lopped my hand off again tonight. It was a drag.
It was a bore.
Yeah.
Buh.
What a
Buh.
boring fucking shitty night
Uh,
at the Family Guy household.
Tortilla Mask says, I love tank controls. Yo, eat it live on stream. Tacos? How about this bet?
Oh, that
Will
shit
Resident
pussy.
Evil be playable in both VR and standard format?
I think that's a terrible bet because they already said it would be.
I thought we were talking about Resident Evil Remake 2.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't
I thought
think
we
it
were
will be.
talking about Resident Evil 7. I was like,
I mean, it could
I'll
be, but I
take
don't
that
think so.
bet.
Val says, are you kidding? Just wait for the remastered Origins HD 3D motion remake. On stream. Whoever
Well.
loses plays Superman 64 on stream. No problem. And the Aquaman game. No, it's going too far. What the fuck are tank controls? Go back and play Resident Evil.
No,
and
you
play
know what
every
they are.
other action game. Play Resident Evil, play like, what else has tank controls? Parasite Eve,
Dude,
Silent Hill.
Resident Evil has tank controls all the way up till 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fours has tank controls, but they're different.
I mean, but it's still tank
It
controls.
still feels stiff and shitty like tank
What are you
controls.
talking about? It feels great
We're
and
not
precise.
getting into a tank control discussion.
Man,
right now.
fuck you.
Oh my god, this is gonna be awesome.
But
Bet
yes.
confirmed. Reported. Wait. So who's eating whose ass? I'm eating a tortilla. And that's all.
Well, little do
What
you
are
know.
you talking about? These guys are
That's
probably some
my
of the
alt
best
account.
questions I've ever asked. I haven't even looked at the questions, which, by the way, I should have looked at the questions so I could have answers ready.
Well, I mean, I don't, so we'll just.
Why
we'll
y'all
wing it.
want to eat each other's asses so much? Tortilla is some kind of mood.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it is.
do you know of a better way to show somebody friend? Oh,
Can you go back?
what was it that Last Guardian said? Friendship and trust.
Previous?
I mean, I
Friendship
can't think
and
of.
trust,
That's
yes.
why we want to do that.
Yeah, friendship and trust, bro.
If
All right.
Last Guardian just would have eaten more asses, you know.
Also, a couple of details about Resident Evil 7 came out, so I'm going to read some of those. This is from GameSpot, written by Timur Hussein.
They
Where do
would.
get these people?
They would hire Timur Hussein.
An update for Resident Evil 7's beginning hour demo will be released on PS4. The Twilight demo, as Capcom is calling it, will allow players to explore more of the mysterious derelict mansion featured in the original.
Derelict.
So, update for the demo coming out today. Now's your chance to investigate on your own if you haven't had the chance to before. As both newcomers and veterans of beginning hour will be able to see what's changed in the rundown rooms and decrepit corridors. Along with the new version of the demo, the publisher also has a trailer. That looks like it. Oh, they also announced a deluxe version of Resident Evil 7. It's going to be $90. So
That's not
prior to
bad.
the price hike, it contained the game and a season pass, which included access to 2 story expansions at no extra cost. However, the price is increased to reflect a third story expansion, which will now also be part of the Season Pass. The first DLC made up of 4 short side stories, while the second adds another episode to the main game. It is unclear what the new DLC will provide as of yet. Resident Evil 7 is set to release on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on January 24th, 2017.
Coming out on PC?
That's what GameSpot is telling me.
I wonder if it's going to be Vive compatible then.
They
They probably haven't said anything yet.
talk about Europe, but I don't think there's a whole lot of Europeans in here.
I only know one. It's James, and he ain't here. Or Corbu's there as well, but he's not here either. But he'll be watching this.
Core Bruiser, if you're watching it, I'm doing this just for you, baby. The deluxe edition in Europe will include all the extra content from the Day 1 Survival Edition on top of the game and the Season Pass. So you can get you also get a custom theme for the console if you buy the Day 1 Survival Edition. Only in Europe.
What the fuck, man? Corbu's, no offense, but why do my favorite games keep getting
Better
shafted?
versions somewhere else.
Yeah, Bloodborne, they're like, oh, the super awesome coffin edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only place it's not available. Sorry, Ameri bitches. It's like, why my favorite thing? Oh, the MGS5 console?
Only in Japan.
Oh, no, it happened. It was in Europe, too.
Oh, okay.
Like,
R.I.P.
Why is my favorite series just, I can't get the best edition of them? Why? Why do they have to pick, like, damn it?
We are getting something that Europe isn't getting, and I'll be talking about that here in a minute.
All right.
The
Shaft? Get
Tortilla
it?
Boy
Give me them
says...
ribs. That was a good one. It fit right in.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm in a snack pack mood, says Tortilla Boy.
Ooh.
And then Rosalind says the chocolate kind. I think she's talking about doo-doo.
I don't know.
Not knocking him, but I think Resident Evil has milked more than any other game when it comes to remakes, which I'm completely okay with. Keep bringing them, baby. Ew, I grossed myself out, says Rose. Hey, have you heard of Destiny? In 2 years, it's milked more money than COD's life cycle. Oofta. You should relax on those special editions. Don't forget about Metal Gear 5.
No, there's a difference here. This one I was only going to buy one, like, super edition of, just so I could have it.
Yeah.
Not one of every type
I
to
want
have
one
them
that
sealed.
I could have the lantern Miss, like, old lady baker, where she's like, ooh, eat my food. Shit. He's not eating my tortilla soup.
He's not eating that gyoza I fried. What? It's because I fried it on both sides. I'm sorry.
I made this motherfucker some mushy pork and he don't want it.
You don't like General Tso? What's wrong with you? You piece of shit.
You piece of shit. What are you doing eating with a fork? Use chopsticks.
Oh, he only eats Gerber brand baby food. This piece of garbage.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
This episode's going to be fucking 3 hours long. All right, this is with sad and somber news. I'm here to inform you that Sony San Diego studio and Sony London studio and Disney Interactive in the last week all just got hit with a shitload of layoffs. Now, Disney Interactive makes sense because they're going to do like they did with Marvel, where they just like, hey, you guys are really good at something. You guys make this. Like the Ratchet and Clank Insomniac.
Right.
They're making a Spider-Man game, stuff like that. So they're going to get other people to do it. Well, some of the devs across Disney studios getting some layoffs. San Diego studio, the team that does the MLB The Show baseball games, that I hear are really good. Those guys got hit with layoffs. And then London studio, those are the guys who did The Getaway, and they also most recently did.
But what sense? Okay, yeah.
The London The Heist, which is
The VR demo?
yeah, the VR thing. Well, it's not a demo.
Was it
You
an
will
actual
get a
game?
demo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not a full-fledged game. It's going to be like a short VR experience.
Right.
So, yeah.
What's up, Quizzical?
He says, I made it. Idify can't call me out now. What's up, apes? What's up, Quizzical?
Well, what do you mean? Ironically, you being here, now he can. Because now you're here.
No, but he was calling me
I
out.
know.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you saw it.
I'm
He
just
called
being
him out
humorous.
For asking questions and then not coming in to watch which
Scandalous.
So, yeah, very sad news. Just letting you know, all you devs out there who work your asses off to make video games for us, and we just bitch about them constantly. Just letting you know, we appreciate what you guys do, and hopefully you have the best of luck in finding a new gig. Chainsaw Ape loves you, baby.
Some of you.
Oh,
I
shut up.
don't think fucking...
None of these guys are inherently like, fuck you guys, we're gonna make shitty games.
No, I'm not. But I kind of, it's like, these guys work really fucking hard, okay? And everyone just complains about it. It's like, dude, there's a lot of people who work hard to do like movies.
Yeah, but
Right.
people don't shit on games like they do the movie industry. I mean, they don't shit on movies like they do the game industry. They just don't. Every once in a while you get a DC film, but every single video game Every game gets a massive
Every
amount of
once in a
hate.
while you get a DC film, but a Green Lantern happens. So you mean?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Or
BVS.
Batman vs Superman,
Yep.
or Suicide Squad, or probably Justice League, or probably Wonder Woman.
And also, like, does Disney not have enough money? They're like, oh, we're gonna lay off
No,
these small dudes.
Well,
Fuck 'em.
they're not gonna be making video games anymore, so they're gonna be slowly just laying more and more people off. It sucks. Hopefully, they have a good luck getting some good
I
jobs.
fucking hate Disney. Like, love their products. I hate the company.
That's fair.
They are the fucking worst.
That's fair. All right.
Anyways,
R.I.P. Sad for you guys. Bam zoom.
here's
to
the
moon.
we left a hot pizza on top of a PS4 edition, and it kind of burnt through.
Not that hot pizza edition.
See, when you originally
Man, they really should do a Totino's PS4.
Dude, yeah.
I'd buy a Totino's PS4.
There was a but Totino's already did a promotion with Need for Speed World back in the day, and they're like, you gotta get them pizza points, bruh. Yeah. Anyways, I can't. Let's not go too much into that. Yeah, I was shocked when you showed me the slide, and I was like, I think that looks all right. And
I mean,
you're
it
like,
looks,
and
it
you were
looks
like,
kind
that
of
looks
cool.
awful.
It looks kind of cool if you like those types of things. For starters, I don't really care for the way that the slim PS4 looks or the Pro. Not a big fan of how they look. But for them to just like fart this out real quick and then they're like, here's what we're going to do with the controller. We're going to put an X and a V down on the right hand side.
It says 15 on it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
At least like put it on the touchpad. You know what I'm saying?
that's a good point. Yeah.
Just don't just
Well,
put it
the
on
thing
the
is,
little
like-
arm there.
And the other thing you were pointing out, which we'll do here, it says the characters' names.
Yeah, it has
like,
all the characters' names.
Noctis von Lichtenhauer. Fucking
Ignis Buscemi.
Buscemi. Fucking.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, right? Like, Gladius Simmons. It's like, why the fuck? It's kind of like, this reminds me of a. It's like when I got that Gigi Allen tattoo with the Murder Junkie symbol, and it says Gigi and Allen below it. Now thinking back, I'm like, I didn't need to put that there. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't need to.
It's the Gigi Allen tattoo of PlayStation.
The name didn't need to be there,
Oof,
but
duh.
it's too late now. And the same thing
People
with this,
just
like,
make poor decisions.
all right, but is there a reason why? Yeah, that was really strange when you pointed that out. Plus, I know that's supposed to be a moon, but at first glance to me,
That's no moon.
that looks like somebody like left a hot plate on it and it slightly burnt through. You know what I mean?
Scroll up. Let's hit some comments we missed.
Alright.
Already hit those. Just glad to see more heads in chat. For real though, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Resident
Yes.
says moment of silence for trying to get a dev job in the industry. Alright, there you go. I want to drop a sheet of acid and play Resident Evil 7 with VR. As the day ends, I'll slowly realize I never had the headset on. That's
that.
really good. Man, I'd totally buy this PS4, says Tortilla Boy. Every game is expected to deliver a 10 versus, seem slightly entertaining. Hold on. Every game is expected to deliver a 10 versus, seems slightly entertaining. What am I missing here? Why am I not reading?
I think what he's trying to say is like, no matter how shitty or low budget your game is, people are going to expect a 10 or
Oh, yeah.
a it seems pretty entertaining and not anything worse than.
Yeah.
I think it's what he's saying.
Man, PS4 game editions look really super cool. Game edition PS4s, you know what I mean. I got you. But it's a $60 game investment versus a $10 movie. I don't know, to me, there is so much more about the interaction of a video game, and there's so much more.
Well, I think that's why the particular audience is so much more invested.
Yeah.
And like that's why you hear so much feedback, be it good or negative.
Yeah.
And I think like probably in time actually, and I think newer movies are starting to kind of learn this. Video games in general, the audience, most of them are on the internet and know how to post shit. And as movies keep coming out, the generation gap is smaller and smaller to where people who don't know how to get on the internet and say your movie fucking blows are kind of dying right now, right? So I think you're going to see a lot more of that for movies in the future. I'm not saying that's good,
No,
but I'm saying I think you will.
I don't think you're incorrect, but I don't agree.
It's
with
not
you.
ever going to be the same as video games, like to be that much. But
I think a lot of it has to do with like the age of video games and the age of those who play them. Like 20 years ago, video games were considered toys.
Mhm.
And then as the people who were playing with those toys grew up, the industry around them grew up, as did the ability to say whatever you want to without consequence, as the ability to have to hide behind the anonymity of the internet, and I think that just kind of allowed us to, like, I don't recall. Granted, I didn't have a critical eye back when I was 7 years old, but I don't recall being overwhelmingly upset with frame rate issues in the original Legend of Zelda. Like, that's never like, oh no. And now my expectations and the people around me's expectations are so much greater. With that being said, we're going to talk for an hour if we stay on this topic.
Yeah.
So let's move on. So a game announcement, Tecmo Koei Warriors. It's not really called Tecmo Koei Warriors. It's like Muso All Stars or something like that. The guys who make Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Hyrule Warriors.
The guys who make those games.
Yeah, Muso games.
You know the ones.
They're called Musos. They have a game coming out in Japan, probably here in the States, called Muso Warriors, which is it's kind of a Smash Brothers, or PlayStation All Stars, where it's just taking a bunch of the franchises from Tecmo Koei and putting them all into this amalgamation of Muso madness. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Muso games. Hyrule Warriors was cool. I kind of wanted to check out the Dragon Quest one, Dragon Quest Heroes. But yeah, whatever. Dead or Alive and Atelier, Sophie, and
the term heroes is becoming the new Revelations.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, no, I really dug on Dynasty Warriors, like back when it was Dynasty Warriors 6 and below, but after that it was like, this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And I stopped playing them, and I stopped knowing people who did. And much to
I
my
stopped
fucking
knowing people who did.
Right,
You play Muso games? I don't know.
I didn't know anybody pretty much until
I don't know you know
no,
more.
I pretty much didn't know anybody until Angry Tomato.
Yeah.
And this was like what, eight years later, and I was like, holy fuck, they're still making those. They're on like 27 now.
The Attack on Titan game, which I fucking loved, was made by a Muso team, and you can see it. You can see it in a lot of ways the game was designed.
Right.
But the gameplay in it was a gajillion times better than a standard Muso. Tortilla Boy says, well, with VR, fleshlights, and hentai, video games can go back to being a toy. True story. I have a guilty pleasure for Dynasty Warriors games. I like Hyrule Warriors. I feel like I would like Dragon Quest Heroes, but I don't know. That's all I really have to say. Be on the lookout for that. Pretty neat playing as Ryu Hayabusa.
Say about that. Oh, dude. Oh, God damn. I was thinking, I just thought that Forrest Gump thing, and I forgot who I was having a conversation with the other night. We came this funny scenario where, the woman that Forrest Gump's talking to?
The old lady or the
everyone,
black lady?
Everyone. It doesn't matter. Pick one. What if he was talking about how the Holocaust was exaggerated? It's just something horrible. He's like, and then the Armenian genocide too. And they're like, I thought that was a lovely story. You tell it so well. I don't know.
Agreed. Dragon Warriors is addicting. Hillbillies are very underrated. All right.
Oh, we got the Squanch Tindo, baby.
All right. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about. Yeah, keep pausing for a second because you guys need to soak this all in. We talked about Squanch Tindo. So basically, it's one of the guys who does Rick and Morty. What's his name? Justin Roiland?
Justin Roiland.
Justin Roiland started his own video
Rick
game
Moranis.
company called Squanch Tindo. We talked about it about a month ago. Well, they recently released a trailer for their new game coming out called Accounting. And this is it. I think it either came out yesterday or today. So
Dude, this is fucking quick too.
Yeah, it's a VR game. I believe that it's coming out very soon. So the turnaround time on it was very, very quick. So without further ado, let's check out this trailer.
Justin Hemorrhoid Lens.
I'm Derek Smith, and this is my office. When was the last time you crunched the numbers?
You might be my favorite
What's
voice
that?
actor living
You
today.
got somebody else to do it for you? You get all your tax work and spreadsheets.
Hello, who are you? I am so glad to see you. You wouldn't believe how many people's throats I would have to cut out in one single day.
Fuck you! What are you doing here in my place? What are you doing in my place? Get the fuck out of here! You get the fuck out of here! What are you doing in my place? This is my tree world! Who are you? Who the fuck are you to be in this place? Who gives you the right to be in my place? How did you get here? This is my crazy tree world! Get out of here!
I love how it just ends with like this 864 style box spinning.
No, that looks like it's gonna be fucking incredible.
Yeah. I like this ending part too.
Felt so real to me.
So yeah.
Now says Sony drugs for this game.
No, Justin Roiland's like voice acting is perfect because it somehow doesn't break the immersion that it's obviously him doing every character, right?
Yeah.
And just how he's one of the few people who can really just nail in a joke over and over and over again, and it works.
Yeah.
Like better than had he only played the joke once. Like how the guy keeps going on for that could go on for fucking 20 minutes in the game for all we know.
Yeah.
Well, what gives you the right? This is my
Why
world,
are you in my place?
my tree world. Like that could go on for half an hour.
This is my
and it wouldn't
place.
lose what's humorous about it.
Quinzel says, "What the fuck did we just watch?" Last bit was weirder than the entire thing.
Yeah, perhaps what did we just watch? Perhaps the best VR game that's going to come out ever. So yes, did you say next week? Was it?
I don't, let me double check. Let me do some fact checking on my end. Squanch Tendo. Such a weird word to spell. Squanch. You picking up the headset there? I mean the microphone.
I am, yeah.
Squanch Tendo account.
Otherwise, it's going to be a bunch of.
Release date.
Sometimes someone's beatboxing into it.
2 days ago, there was a hands-on.
Ooh.
You're an accountant. That's all the instruction you're getting. Donning the VR headset.
To the Google machine.
Get out of my world. An atypical process. Crunching the numbers. They're both looking forward to the unique IPs. I don't really see anything.
We'll talk about it next week. If it's out, you'll know then.
Yep.
So, but yes, a must buy indeed.
Yep. Okay. Let's move on.
All
Looks
right.
cool.
Got Assassin's Creed: The Good Ones collection.
I call it the Good Ones collection. It's basically the Ezio trilogy. I mean, you could probably throw Black Flag in there as well, but it's not an Ezio game. But Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations are being re-released for PlayStation 4 in a nice little sexy collection, PS4 and Xbox One. That's really all I have to say.
All right.
If you missed any of those, if you've never played an Assassin's Creed game, I think that collection's a good place to start. If says a must buy.
I think you were talking about Rick and Morty for that one.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't play these games, so I don't have really think that.
Well, maybe this is a good time for you to hop in.
You think so?
Yeah, I legitimately do. Brotherhood is my favorite one, but yeah.
Assassin's Heroes Revelations.
Oofta. I'm so tired of Assassin's Creed. All right, we're moving on.
Same, and I don't. Yeah, but I might though. We'll see.
So,
who wants to be in the new Scion TC, and also in Mass Effect 3?
TC.
Wait, Mass Effect 4. Whatever.
So, I'm just going to read this article from Games Radar, written by Connor Sheridan, a name I can pronounce. If you have the acting chops, your voice can reach a fictional version of the stars in Mass Effect Andromeda. Assuming you're not reading this in some far future archive of the internet that was,
anywhere in Europe.
I'm not going to be reading all this. BioWare is recruiting potential voice talent for 2 roles in Mass Effect Andromeda. Just record yourself reading from 1 of 2 scripts, upload it, and send a link to explorers@bioware.com. Video or audio is fine. Then you can share it on social media with the Explorers Wanted hashtag to drum up popular support. The contest will end on September 27th. A panel of BioWare employees will pick a winner who will be notified by November 30th, and then said winner will be given an expenses-paid trip to BioWare's recording studios to do the final performance. Mm-hmm. Try to get it right in the first take, since the game is supposed to be out by early 2017. So yeah, there's a contest. There's details on how to do it.
Who wrote that?
This is Connor Sheridan from Games Radar.
They fucking would hire someone named Connor Sheridan. Oh snap! DKP gonna be another game? You better believe it, baby.
You going for it, huh?
Oh, of course, man.
So
What do I got to
any
lose?
of me or any of my pals here who work at EA, we are not eligible to compete.
Give me a go.
Not that I would, but
I want to get the script.
They're
I
like,
want to hear you.
this character
I wanna hear you
needs
do
a
it,
really good lisp. Can we make sure that this main character here has a lisp? Anybody got a lisp out there and wants to read something?
Well, there's 2 entries, and you can do both. One of them is tough mercenary, and the other one is a like freelance vid maker, like a documentary guy. So Lisp Man could be good
Yeah, I
for
was about to say
documentary,
that actually sounds fairly fitting.
right?
So
I'm just saying.
guess I better find a new job so I can do that for 5 seconds. Pepe says, I like the second one in regards to Assassin's Creed. And then Idify says, oh, snap. DKP going to be in another game. Pepe says, Andromeda, woo. Idify says, LOL,
Andromeda,
you should
woo.
do that terrible Bane voice. That comes later.
Oh no, I think he's talking about the Batman voice, which is the best one. No,
This is your last chance, DKP. From Madokin to Krogan.
Madokin to Krogan, baby.
Yay! Submit 5 different recordings with all different styles. DKP, do your Rick and Morty voice.
Pretty sure they just throw it in the trash if I did that.
Can you give me a little bit of your Rick?
Dude, I'm not.
Do it. Just do it for me. You know, imagine there's no one out there. It's just for me, baby.
I can't. I can't.
No, that wasn't very good.
That wasn't supposed to be him.
Oh, try it again. Here, read.
Dude, no.
No, please, just read
I don't want to.
read the synopsis of this dub edition Punch Monster. That's for the true ballers out there.
I don't want to.
All right, Punch Monster is a new take on a classic.
How about this? I promise to do it next week, and I'll. Here's the thing, dude. I haven't watched Rick and Morty in like 2 months. So if I tried to do it now, I would not remember.
I don't
the
want to
names,
hear the
bad.
rest of your excuse. Just don't.
All right.
Do it. Don't do it.
I'm fucking fine. All right.
Cracking under the pressure. I won't watch. I promise. For the true ballets out there, the true baller.
All right. Why are we reading?
Baller
Cool.
blend.
We will see. Let's go ahead and move on here.
Oh, he's embarrassed now, guys. Let's keep moving on.
Oh. So embarrassing.
Mark your calendars for Samurai Souls.
February, man.
Yep.
And what a bitch. No, it's a what a burger. What a bitch.
Yep.
So yes, this comes out in February, which I thought it was this year, man. Pretty sure it got delayed as well, did it not?
GameSpot.com.
Okay.
Zorine Tay.
They fucking
Rights.
would. They would hire someone named Zorian Tay.
Publisher Koei Tecmo has announced the release date for its upcoming action game, Neo. The game will launch worldwide on February 9th, 2017. My birthday's February 12th, by the way.
Oh yeah, what are we
If you
doing?
want to minus game for me?
Yeah, as long as you play it. I didn't know if you'd want it. So now that you say it, because you're like you were iffy about it every other time we talked about it.
2 things. Number 1, I buy every PS4 game.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, good point.
And number 2, I enjoyed it. I didn't finish the demo, but I enjoyed it.
Did you play it at all?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Me and Techaslate actually played it for like an hour or 2 hours, something like that.
Right.
Had a lot of fun with it.
Well, cool.
Took my time, fought a couple of enemies, went and upgraded some shit, fought a couple of enemies, went and upgraded shit, fought a couple of enemies, and just kind of worked my way through the level. It was fun.
Ooh.
The news was revealed at PlayStation's pre-Tokyo Game Show keynote earlier today. The game was previously slated for a 2016 release date. A beta for the game was completed recently, with developers Team Ninja implementing feedback from fans into the final game.
Dude, shockingly, they made a fucking lot of changes from the alpha to the beta.
Yeah.
So much so that originally when they were doing the alpha, right? I was like, okay, there's a lot of things I don't like here, but I feel like they're too much like ingrained like as core game mechanics. I mean, even submit feedback and be like, hey, I don't like this. Wish I would have, but everyone else seemed to done it for me because literally like most of the problems that I had, which I thought were like too late to go back and fix problems, right? They fucking fixed.
DKP, do your famous Neo voice.
But it's like the only things from that game, and then of course you have the excellent death sound though. If anyone played Neo, they remember that shit. Is it Neo or Nio? See, I want to say Nio, but I can't stop saying Neo.
Neo. Oh, Neo.
It is a Neo.
Do Neo. Do stay Neo.
Neo-san.
Oh, a Neo-san. Habemashite, Neo. Google Translate, bruh. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, super excited for this. Dude,
Bandicoot.
I wish I wouldn't even fucking brought this shit up earlier. This wasn't in Prep 8.
Nope, it wasn't. I added this slide last
until
minute.
you were going over what I think is the next slide, I was like, oh, don't forget Vandalanders, and you're like, did you see the new trailer?
Speaking of, there's a new trailer, so let's watch it real quick.
Yeah, and I was
Let's-
like, I
we'll
don't want
talk
to see
through
it. Yeah, I'm sure we
This
will.
is a glimpse into the Skylanders Imaginators Crash Bandicoot level, which, by the way, looks exactly like Crash Bandicoot, just with a couple of Skylanders mechanics. Oh, start on the beach. I think it's like pointing out all the references. There's 6. There's the Peaches.
You guys
7.
are misspelling Vandalander.
Bandalander.
Really? I hope you're out here.
It's like Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Skyland. Bandalander. You're misspelling this word that we made up.
Yeah, right?
Game of the year. Game of the year. Game of the year. Look at that. Just like Skylanders. I mean, Crash Bandicoot.
Look at his fucking character model, like
That
faceplate.
picture in the corner
Yeah.
is just like, why does his nose look like a fucking banana?
Why is he doing like the
Oh,
hop in
yeah.
a step thing for fucking? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I hate this new character model. That's what I asked you when we were outside. Do your famous Vandalander.
Do your
Vandalander
famous
voice.
Bandalander voice.
Oh, I can't.
I can't.
'Cause I
It's
don't
too
know.
much pressure.
I don't know what it is. No,
So yeah, Gash Bandicoot's back.
yeah, and I asked you outside. I was like, are they still using that really, really shitty character model?
And what did I tell you?
You went, I'll leave that for you to decide, or something. Is that what you said? Or?
That is something of the sort, yes.
That's like great. So yeah, I know what the fuck that means. And yes, they are. Oh Jesus!
Is this a new game or an add-on? This is Skylanders Imaginators. If you buy the PlayStation 4 version, then it comes with that level. There's a Crash Bandicoot inspired level in the game. But that's basically how the Skylanders games play anyway. Like it looks just like a Skylanders game.
Alright.
But I play every Skylanders game. Have played every Skylanders game. Your boys already got it paid off. I'm definitely getting it.
I'm sure.
$100 too. Cost me $100 for the game, and it comes with Neo Cortex, Crash Bandicoot, and then like 3 extra characters and a new portal in the game. I'm
LOL.
fucking all over.
Come all over.
Major
over
T,
his
do your
face.
famous Samuel L. Jackson voice. I'm tired of these Monday through Friday snakes on this Monday through Friday plane. No, he says monkey biting. I'm tired of these monkey biting snakes.
No, it's Monday.
on this Monday through Friday plane.
Oh god. Which do you think that's worse, or do you think that you see what happens, Larry? You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? You see what happens, Larry? See what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? Which one do you think's worse? I'm gonna go with the
the
Dan
Monday
Gilbert
through
one.
Friday plane.
All right, we're gonna disagree. They're both terrible.
They're both terrible. And Major Tom comes through in the clutch.
Fantastic. All right, Steam reviews.
Okay.
Angrily shakes fist.
So this is a couple of different things we're going to read here. The first one comes by way of Polygon from Allegra Frank.
They would hire somebody named fucking Allegra Frank.
Heavy Steam users may have noticed that the customer review section of every store page looks a bit different as of last night. That's because the system has changed, as Valve announced in a post last night, and the tweaks are meant to make scores more legitimate. To do so, Valve has introduced several filters to the Reviews tab. One limits customer write-ups to just a user's native language, while the other lets them choose between a game reviews by Steam purchasers, key activations, or both. The latter option, which is set to review by Steam Store customers by default, is what Valve honed in on its post, explaining that the update comes as a preventive measure against illegitimate reviews.
Which, that has been a big fucking problem lately.
Valve said in their post, the review score has also become a point of fixation for many developers, to the point where some developers are willing to employ deceptive tactics to generate a more positive review score.
Yep.
It's a problem critics like Jim Sterling have called out in the past as a deceptive and not uncommon practice. PC Games In
People like
reported earlier
Fat
this
Total
year,
Biscuit have come down hard on it.
this
like
year
Jim
that
Sterling.
certain those gloves he wears, bro.
I like his shtick though, but it's
No, he's
It's
a
goofy.
hater. He's very DKP-esque. PC Games In reported earlier this year that certain websites offered to give games positive marks for as low as $5. Valve isn't suggesting it can nip planted reviews in the bud, but the company said that filtering out game reviews based on Steam keys of any kind could keep it from influencing the average customer. Analysis of games, this comes by way of Steam, quote, analysis of games across Steam shows that at least 160 titles have a substantially greater percentage of positive reviews by users that activate the product with a CD key compared to customers that purchased the game directly on Steam. There are, of course, legitimate reasons why this could be true for a game, but in many cases, the abuse is clear and obvious, such as duplicated and or generated reviews in large batches, or reviews from accounts linked to the developer. Unquote.
So where are people getting pissed off at?
We'll just go ahead and say that we read the rest of this Polygon, and we'll move on to this other one. This
All right.
comes from us, from
Oh,
Rock, Paper, Shotgun.
okay.
Adam Smith.
What?
That one's okay, huh?
Eh. You couldn't really have more of a plain name for someone who would work at. They would hire someone named Adam Smith.
As long as his name isn't John, we're good. Recent changes to Steam reviews, which filter out reviews from keys that weren't purchased directly from Valve's digital store, has caused all sorts of worry and concern. The intent is to remove false positives in the form of reviews exchanged for keys and the like, but legitimate reviews are also affected. Games that were kickstarted no longer have their backers' assessment contributing toward the rating Steam displays at the top of the page, and people buying through Humble Bundles or elsewhere are similarly excluded by default. We contacted a variety of developers and publishers, including Larian, Stardock, and Mode 7, to hear if they thought the move might stamp down on unfair practices or whether it would end up hurting rather than helping. Here's a quote from the founder of Larian, who ran a successful Kickstarter for Divinity Original Sin and its sequel, said, "Well, these are your most loyal fans, and so you're cutting them away from the sampling pool. That doesn't really feel fair.
These are the people that would for sure
42,000
give us positive reviews, and I don't think cutting them out's a good thing.
We have 42,000 backers whose opinions will be hidden behind a filter and not be accounted for in the score. If we sell, say, 500,000 units, which would be a success for a top-down turn-based RPG, that's almost 10% of our audience. I don't know what the statistical significance will be. It doesn't seem to have made a big difference for Divinity Original Sin 1, but I can imagine that in the early days, when the opinions of early adopters are important, it might hurt us so that the adopters with the strongest interest in the game won't be heard, at least not in a way that matters. Since initial opinions often seem to set the trend, that feels like a loss for us. But as I said, I do understand why they're doing it. A score only matters if you can trust it, and I can only imagine there was a lot of abuse and manipulation.
Yeah, a couple things on that. So he's saying like 42,000 backers. Out of those, probably a good 20% when they get the code won't play the game because it's been long enough they've lost interest.
Yeah.
Out of the remaining 80%, probably only about 3% are actually going to go write reviews.
Okay.
So that's 3% out of 42,000, and I'm making these numbers up here.
Yes, you are.
But like him to say, hey, that's 42,000 reviews possibly that we just won't see is bullshit.
I think you're both.
It's going to be an extremely small amount.
I
Of
think
people
you're
that are
both
actually
going
gonna
extremes in opposite directions. Where I think it's
Right.
probably somewhere in the middle.
I don't know, man. But
even so, there's part of me that agrees. Like, if I think of all the games that I've kickstarted and I've gotten keys from them and I've gotten keys from Humble Bundle, and my opinion matters less from the perspective of
Valve. That's it.
Yeah, but if
Like go on Metacritic.
it's not just
then,
Valve
you know?
though. But people are using. If reviews weren't so important, then it wouldn't matter. But reviews are important. People make purchasing decisions based on those. So what they're saying is that my opinion is now hidden behind a filter. That if you want to see my opinion as someone who got a game from Kickstarter or whatever, that it matters less. So from that perspective, I get it. At the same time, I totally understand the concern that there are illegitimate reviews out there. And this way makes sense to mitigate that.
It does. But here's the thing. It's my opinion matters a little bit less, or it's harder to see on this other website, where I didn't go to purchase it, that I just really have nothing to do with. Like my purchase has no correlation.
Yeah.
But I really want it to be here and be upfront and sorry.
Let me ask you this.
I wanted to be a
Steam
fighter jet
review
when I grew up. That shit never happened.
That's a really ridiculous analogy. Have you ever purchased a video game from Steam based on a review that you've read? Or did it have an impact on your purchasing decision? I guess is a better question.
Yeah, but most
if that particular review that you read, what if the one that was like, okay, I'm getting this, was hidden behind a filter?
No, has there been like one individual review that I was like, wow, that one?
I don't think per se. I think it's been aggregate probably.
Right.
But what if that aggregate? What if a lot of the stuff that you were reading? What if a lot of those were the ones that were filtered?
there's still very legitimate ones. I don't. Me as the person who's looking and going, okay. Do I give a shit if this guy kickstarted it or if this guy just bought it and thought it was good? To me, as the person who's going to look at reviews, no, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, that's you being fucking. I need my opinion to be seen. For everyone else,
I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think the idea that as many opinions as possible helps.
Like, yeah, they're there though.
They are.
They're just behind a filter.
They are.
You have
but
to
how
say,
many people are not going to know? Like, how many of the guys in this channel here didn't know that this even happened? So next time they went to buy a game on a Steam, or next time there was a Steam summer and winter sale, and they're like, I'm kind of interested, let me browse and look through this game. Oh, these are the reviews, blah, blah, blah. They don't know what happened. Like, so, I can see from the perspective of a developer, especially those who do Kickstarters or Humble Bundles, or any other type of place where you are provided a key, which is at least 50% of my Steam library. Though the reviews that come from those, and it's not like I've ever written a fucking review in my entire life. So it's not like I matter. But I know that people out there write reviews. But from the perspective of a developer, I think it kind of bites.
I mean, I could see how they would think that. And for some smaller devs, I might be able to see that. But for the 90 percentile, it's not really going to have what I think is a big difference. Like,
for sure. I don't think it's going to be as bold as what this guy is saying.
Because not only is this just Steam, you also have fucking Easy Allies. You have any huge number of independent websites, or even large ones like IGN Review.
You bring up a really great point in that, like, the era that we are in, 2016, and the time that we are in, people choose wherever the fuck they want to get their reviews. Like, and now it's associated with people, with individuals. There are some people that say, like, I really trust what DKP has to say about games, and he can influence me in whether I buy your game or not. So if they want to get your opinion on the new Resident Evil or on Neo or those things, they will come to you, they will come to this resource to find that if they're interested. Well, my tastes kind of match up with DKP, so... Right. And it works the same way with, like you said, Easy Allies or any of the guys on YouTube or whatever. People get their reviews from different places. And I think that's a really good point. And I think that there are probably people who get them from Steam reviews. Looking at the comments, I know that some people here are talking about not liking Steam reviews, which I actually
and this should actually make them better, because also there's a lot of people who fucking haven't even played the game that can go review it on Steam. And it's like, and if they're kind of allowing that or making that harder, in a lot of ways, it's just making it to where it's way harder to manipulate.
For sure.
What is people that even I do this? Look at the top. It ranges from mostly negative to negative, mixed, positives, mostly positive, overwhelmingly positive. Right. I don't usually even go down and look unless I'm wanting to see, okay, what's the average playtime? So I'll see exactly all these people that said, hey, I beat it. I'll just see how long it took them. But apart from that, if it says mostly negative at the very top, I'm fucking closing the page.
I understand.
Whether or not it's fucking Kickstarter people who did that or not, I don't really give a shit.
So I'm going to read one more, and then we're going to move on. Because we have a lot to go on, and we're an hour and 15 in. The founder and CEO of Stardock says, I really like the changes. It's been one of the worst kept secrets that some studios were gaming the review system by handing out copies to superfans so that they could launch with 99% review scores. What will be interesting is when people start to notice those who were doing this. The Steam review system is still very punishing to certain types of games, particularly games with high hardware requirements, as most PC gamers think this 5-year-old machine is still state-of-the-art and won't accept that a game plays slowly on it. That could be solved if reviews by players who were refunded weren't included in the rating, but overall the Steam review system is still the best system currently available, in my opinion.
So it's that guy saying, it's never been greater. I don't know about that shit.
Yeah. Alright, let's move on. Good conversation. I like that.
What is this? I didn't ask you what this slide was earlier.
So I've been trying, like, when I started working on the slides.
Yeah, good point. This was the MGS5.
This is the first one that I've been working. This is the first one I started working on, and I could not find like a cutout PNG of anything related to Death Stranding. So when I was just looking up pictures, I saw this and I was like, all right, this is good. So our prophet has returned. Death Strand with Friends is the title of this post, and I'm going to read an article
that
from
fucking
Zorine Tay again.
That Phantom Norman, Reedus in the background. It's all the humble bundle. My reviews.
Humble bundle.
My reviews. Come on.
All right. Hideo Kojima has revealed a little more information
citizens.
on his mysterious upcoming game, Death Stranding. Speaking at Sony PlayStation's pre-Tokyo Game Show earlier today, Kojima revealed the meaning behind the game's title and logo. According to Kojima, the game's logo isn't dripping ink or liquid. The trails we see beneath the letters are in fact cords.
Umbilical
He went on
cords.
to explain that the theme of the game is about how people are connected by strands, hence the title of the game, Death Stranding. He revealed that the game will be in the action genre, and that it will be open world with a degree of freedom. Death Stranding will also have online elements. Kojima spoke of his wish to give gamers a way to be connected via these strands, or elements that are different to the usual multiplayer teams. In addition, the developer confirmed that Death Stranding will be available in 4K resolution and support HDR. He will be in attendance at Tokyo Game Show on September 18th, where he hopes to reveal more information that we couldn't talk about today. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The reason I wanted to make sure we talk about this, other than the fact that you would suck the juice out of every testicle in Kojima's body, is
Jesus, how many do you speculate he has?
at least 3.
At least 3.
At least 3.
What's up, Armor?
What up, baby? Good to see you, Armor 87. So, what are your thoughts on the two big pieces of information we got here? And not the strands being cords, but it's an open world game, and it has online cooperative elements.
Hoping it's something that's almost like an open world Dark Souls. Like the very brutal, like, drop in, drop out, like, people find you, they try to fuck you, maybe vice versa.
Okay.
Sort of combat, but on a much larger scale than, like, hey, one person at a time, come and knock on my world, you know?
We'll be waiting for you. So, when I thought about this, I didn't picture that, and I really like that idea. I was picturing, like, you and your friends hop in this world together, and you do certain fucking things together. And that is not what I want out of a Kojima game.
Yeah,
to me, Kojima games are very, like, personal experiences.
Right.
And it's something that you, like, there's a certain pace to a Kojima game that I expect. And if it's open world, which that also has me a little afraid. Now, granted, I know MGS5 is open world and everybody fucking loved it, but I just don't.
Well, listen, here's the thing. Is that like your version of Give Me Them Rims?
Yeah.
I like that. MGS5's open world worked really well, except, like, there wasn't enough time spent on, like, putting shit in it. Mechanically, it worked well for what was there. It's just, it could have been more dense. You know what I mean? So, hopefully, any sort of mistake learned will be corrected here.
I hope so.
You know?
I just like open world. I love open world games so much. I love them so much.
But do you get fucking excited when you hear open world anymore?
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
It's like, oh, so now it's a coin toss between really great or empty as fuck.
Yeah.
And you won't know till release. Great.
Hey guys, here's this mission. Go over here and protect this fucking thing from this other fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what I hated about Far Cry 3 and 4, which
Those
I
games
love
are
those
amazing.
games, but they do have some of the worst, like, open world mechanics. Some, which is like, you're just riding around and it's like, hey, respect mission activated. There's just some random dickholes fighting, and now it's your responsibility to go help them to earn respect points. And it's like, I just want to fucking go over here to this hang glider, man.
Can you please just let me?
Can you leave me alone? And it's like, no. Dynamic world.
There's a guy
and
over there,
events.
and I really want to shoot him in the head with a bow and arrow. So can you just not talk to me for a couple minutes?
No.
I'm trying to chase this fucking bear or this crab thing.
This crab. Oh,
Hey,
you're talking crab things like Death Stranding.
that's right.
Yeah.
So
Let's see.
all this news like made me more concerned. And something else that I was listening to Podcast Beyond, and they were talking about this is like, why are they giving out so much information about this fucking game? It's gonna like.
Are they though? It doesn't sound like they are giving out a lot of info.
Yeah, but like, think about let's talk about any other fucking game that's not something that's been delayed for 25 years. Like, how much did we know about Neo before we played a demo? Like, fucking close to nothing. And granted, the interest level for Neo is not the same interest level as something like Death Stranding.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, like, with a game like this, like, say, hey, I'm making a game for Sony, exclusively for Sony. See you in 3 years when I'll give you more information on it.
So what?
And now we're going to be talking, dude. Okay, when we get to like PlayStation Experience pre-show, when we get to
Okay.
E3 pre-show
Right,
2017, E3 pre-show 2018, we're always going to be talking about, so what do you think we'll see for Death Stranding? And it's always going to be to that point, and then we're going to get to a point to where we're tired of talking about Death Stranding. We're going to be like, is it going to be as good as we think it's going to be? Will it actually meet these expectations? We've been talking about it on Prep 8 for a year.
So who said that Podcast Beyond?
Yeah.
Those guys are idiots. You know, I'll tell you why.
No.
This is
To me,
inevitable.
all that makes perfect sense.
Fucking Hideo could accidentally Snapchat a fucking fart, and people will be talking about it for years.
Yeah, but don't
Like-
put him on the fucking stage of a Sony press conference within 6 months. 2 of them within 6 months. That's what I'm talking about. Don't put him on stage. Just like if he wants to write a blog post, hey guys, we're making this game. It
So
looks really
it's
exciting.
it's on us to fucking hype and go, is it going to be as good? Yeah, that's us doing that.
Of course it is, but
So
they're the
if-
ones. But they're the ones putting it on the. It's what we talked about with fucking Last Guardian. I don't even know if we talked about it on the stream. It might have been a little bit before.
Mhm.
But one of the problems with Last Guardian is that they came out and said it'll be out in 2016. So we've just been talking about what's the release date going to be. What's it like? It's the fact that it was on the E3 like stage presence. It's a big light show. It's a big fucking show. Look at this, guys. Dude, think about, like, it was super important for them to bring Kojima out, which, don't get me wrong, I agree with that.
Right.
But for them to show a trailer and them to do, we haven't even picked an engine yet, but here's a trailer for our game. Like, we're just going to be talking about this game for fucking years. Just put the brakes on. Dude, if it was anybody else doing this, you'd be completely against it. It's the fact that it's Kojima that you're
Dude, there's
fine
so many fucking... Look, I don't really want to talk about this game for years, and I'm not going to until we have trailers or, like, big shit. But with
And yet
Kojima...
here we are.
No, listen. But
with. And yet, here
this, you fucking put this slide in here.
Yeah, but you wanted to talk about it.
What? I didn't say, hey, man, make sure you get that,
All right,
that
well, let's move
Kojima
on then.
shit. All right.
You
didn't think I could do it, did
you? Almost worth getting another shitty Sonic for. Right? That looks dope. You don't think that looks cool? That's a collector's edition for Sonic Mania.
It does, but, dude, I'm so fucking, like... I don't like Sonic anymore. He's been bastardized. I've
Sonic
seen
is
him,
terrible.
Like,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
used to really like Sonic,
And
and even the classic style here, that's good. But I can't look at it the same way I used to, though. Like, I look at it and think of like contempt and autism. You know, like all the weird Sonic fucking fan fiction, and you know.
But don't you think that my comment saying almost worth getting another shitty Sonic for like sums it up perfectly? Like that's
Yeah,
a
it
cool
kinda
statue, and you get a little box with a ring in it, and the box is actually like a Genesis cartridge and it slides out. Like that's a cool ass collector's edition.
That is pretty cool.
And it's almost worth buying a shitty ass Sonic game for because it's inevitably going to be shitty. But yeah, I want it just for that fucking statue. Earlier in the show we were talking about all these collector's editions that Europeans get. They're not getting this one in Europe. This is only U.S.
What a tragedy for them.
This is only America.
Oh man,
Take that, Europeans.
That totally makes up for fucking Bloodborne Super Awesome Edition. That
Take that.
totally makes up for it.
Take that, people in Zimbabwe. Take
Yeah, hey,
take that,
kid.
Czechoslovakian children. You know, I have no idea.
Hey,
how much
little
this
kid
is.
in Nicaragua. Fuck you. We get the Sonic Collector's Edition.
We get this Sega
Bitch.
Genesis looking toy. But yeah, looks really
Okay.
cool. Like I said, it's almost worth buying that game for, and I'm contemplating getting it. It's 12 inches.
Ooh,
I know.
that goes way past the male G spot.
Exactly.
And you know what? You know what's actually kind of cool. Maybe this is on purpose. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer doing this. He's just got a fist up there now.
He's just ready to.
Yeah, just why don't you ram me home, buddy?
Would you?
Make sure you don't eat any chili dogs beforehand. If you do, you gotta. What do they call them things? Oh, that's right. Ass douche. How much is that? People are wondering.
I don't know. I'm about to check. Select a retailer. Amazon.com. Pre-order from Amazon. $70. That's it. Dude, so worth it.
Are you gonna get it?
I'm gonna pre-order this bitch tomorrow.
Fucking have fun, man.
Too bad the game's gonna suck. $70.
Like I would be more inclined to order something like this if I had spots for statues, which currently I don't.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't really have a whole lot of space for
But even then,
it. Roserin says, it costs your dignity.
more than that. You know, but I also like how Sega has the balls to take shots at Nintendo.
Yeah.
You seen that? And they're like, hey guys, stream as much Sonic as you want. We won't take it down. It's great.
That's because Sega do what Nintendo don't.
Right. But on the same time, like, they don't do anything worth a fuck with their franchises, which Nintendo does. Nintendo does. Fucking. What is, how did both of these titans become just retarded in my mind? Like, they fucked up their franchises, their IPs. Nintendo fucks up their hardware and just, like, knows how to do things halfway. Like,
what happened?
Seriously,
what happened to our childhoods?
Like, how did these two titans become just so fucking stupid?
Titans of the industry.
They were.
Now they're just watching the buildings around them growing so much taller and stronger.
Can we move on, please?
Yes, of
this
course.
This is making me bummed out.
You're the
looking
one
at
that's
Sonic.
controlling the mouse. Let's move on.
It's right here. I'm having to reach over to your side of the table.
Yeah, but you've been controlling it the whole time. Just chill out. Just chill. Just. Public service announcement. Battlefield 4 DLC completely free.
Yep. So go get it while it's hot.
Rock, paper, shotgun. Alice O'Connor. All 5 DLC expansions for Battlefield 4 are now free. The 5 expansions, China Rising, Second Assault, Naval Strike, Dragon's Teeth, and Final Stand are free on Origin until Monday. Grab them now, and they're yours for keepsies. EA has been giving away Battlefield DLC for a few months, bit by bit, but here they all are at once.
Mm-hmm. Armor 87 says, screw the NES Classic, I'm getting this. I think you're going to be real bummed out when you get it in the mail. Just in case there was any confusion, that's not the same thing. It's a fake Genesis.
Yeah.
It's just for Sonic to stand on.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm damn excited for the NES Classic. That's beside the point. So, yeah. This is one thing that I think that's really cool that EA does, where people are like, oh my... I love how people are always shocked, too. Oh my god, reports are saying Battlefield 1's gonna have DLC with the Season Pass and map packs. What? No!
How dare they support this product for the next 2 years?
Why are they doing this now all of a sudden? You know, but it's like but even with BF3 they did this. They gave everything away for free.
Dude, they've been doing like expansions and such for shooter games like this since like 1999.
Yeah.
Like every game has gotten expansions. They just used to be like an expansion pack.
Yeah, it was Battlefield Vietnam, which was expansion 2. Was it Bad Company 2 or 1942?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, cool. Definitely go pick it up if you play it on anything.
Or even if you don't, man, now's the time. Just get the DLC.
Just in case you might. It'll just put the entitlement on your account.
I'm sure the game is fairly low priced.
Probably.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, let's move on to our topic, and then we can do questions and do win stuff money and get the fuck out of here. This is our topic for the show this week. What the fuck are you guys doing over at Sony? All right, you ready for it?
Taking a fucking page on Nintendo's book.
All right, here it comes. A couple weeks ago on Preparation Ape, I came out and I said, hey guys, check this out. The PlayStation Plus went from $50 to $60. In a big post, they said...
Annually, right?
Yeah, annually. Yeah. It was $50 a year, now it's $60. They're like, it's been $50 since 2010. We're very excited to say, hey, you know, we're really putting the value into this. So we're going to up it to $60. The market's just requesting us, you know? We want to make sure that we're matching the market, and we believe it's worth $60. And I said, that's 10 more bucks, but that's not bad. That's worth it. I was set probably right here in this chair and said, I'm completely fine with this.
I said the same thing.
This is cool. This is cool. And I still stand by
$10 over a year, I could wipe my ass with.
Right?
On accident.
Like, I stand by it. That's an okay decision.
Right.
A couple days later, PlayStation Network goes down for it was like somewhere between 5 and 8 hours.
So PSN outages.
Yeah, a couple of PSN outages over a course of a couple of days where it's like, wait a second, I pay for PlayStation. I pay now $60 a year for it. And it just went down a couple of times. So I can't play my downloadable games on it.
You being serious?
No, okay. I'm speaking for the consumer right now. I'm being the voice of the consumer. Because I don't even play online multiplayer games. I'm just like, I'll play the single player disc. Who cares?
That being said, on that point, why the fuck is it only them? They're like, oh my god, my outages! And they last for days.
And dude, like, I think it was like a day or two before that, somebody came out and was like, we've tested Xbox Live extensively and PlayStation Plus extensively. And we are here to report that Xbox Live works better and faster and more frequently than PlayStation Plus. So of the two, it's the better service. So like somebody came out and like said that. Somebody official. I don't know. They did some sort of
Sony
test.
was like, "Nuh-uh," and they're like, "We're going home for 4 days," and they just shut everything down.
Yeah, they shut down the PlayStation Network.
I'm going home.
Then, within the next couple of days, they came out and said, "Hey guys, we have this PlayStation 4 Pro that doesn't have a fucking 4K Blu-ray player in it."
No, because hey everybody, do you like PlayStation? And do you hate HDR? Well, then you'll have mixed feelings about the PS4 Pro coming at you this fucking December.
And
It's
you know
like-
what's really exciting is we have this PlayStation 4 Pro, and it works great with the 3 million people on Earth who actually have a 4K TV. Oh, what's that? You have a 4K TV, but it doesn't support HDR? Oh, there's only about 300 of you on Earth. Well, don't worry. We're going to release an update for all PlayStation 4s that allow all 300 of you to experience this game.
So, what's weird is, on this, is that we weren't saying this.
Nope.
Until after the fact, which we knew in advance, hey, you're gonna need a fucking 4K TV to play this.
Yeah, which I was okay with. I sit right here, again, in this chair.
But
said,
why are
well,
you not
time-
okay with it?
Time
Now-
to buy
now,
a PlayStation 4. Because when you add all of these things that I have said and I'm about to continue to say
Okay.
together, you have this sandwich that looks like it's just been rotting in the back of your fridge
Well, you know what
for
they call
6
that,
years.
right?
Please.
Okay, so it's an old proverb, right?
You have that face again right now, by the way. that face you get when you just have this thing that you're about to say that's like profound and
It is.
hilarious.
It's extremely profound.
Sorry, continue.
I'm quoting
I
it.
didn't
It's an
mean
old
to derail
proverb. But when you take... Okay, there's 3 things. Right? Only one absolute. You
Okay.
take the good, you take the bad. You take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. And that's kind of what this is. I mean, you can't be surprised by it.
So it is important to note, and if you guys have ever watched this show before, you guys know that DKP and I are big Sony fans. We both prefer our PlayStations to our Xboxes and our Wii U's. And that's not changing. But I don't think my opinion of PlayStation as a console is changing. I don't even think my opinion of PlayStation as a company is changing. I'm just saying from the
Is it?
perspective
Is it not?
from the perspective of the consumers, there is a lot of shit going on. And it just tends to happen. This looks like an older Sony. This looks like a $599 US.
Ridge Racer!
Everybody wants this
Yeah.
PlayStation. So, to continue this trend of not including a 4K Blu-ray player, which, by the way, Sony created Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like... It's just one of those things where it's like, how... I don't want to sound dramatic, but like, how dare you? Like, how dare you fuck it up this
I don't wanna sound
bad?
dramatic.
You fucking
How
idiots!
Dare you?
Well, yeah, really though. It's I forgot something
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna
something
bring it
about
up.
something about Nintendo on Virtual Console the other day too. It's like, oh, so you basically did port everything over to be able to play, but you're just not going to. You're just not going to release it.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you be that stupid? How dare you show up at Tokyo Game Show without breast of a child?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And that's how I feel here with the Blu-ray thing.
So, to continue,
Okay,
a
This is your
couple of
show.
days later,
I'm digging. Go.
this is my favorite Major Tom.
It
It's
is.
the hot and bothered one.
It is, man.
Okay. So
I
to
can smell
continue,
you. You're in heat. You know.
so to continue, Bethesda releases. Actually, I want to pull this blog post up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read a couple comments real quick.
Please do.
So Quizzical's saying, "Oh, there's PS4 GoPro."
Hey.
Quizzical saying was waiting for that PS executive voice, Major T.
Yeah.
And excuse me for being ahead of the curve. Idify says.
Mer.
And Idify says, "Terrible DKP, terrible. The facts of life." Hey man, Confucius said it, not me. Are you bringing up the mod issues? We will get there in about two mementos. And Val says, "Yep, that's just a bad decision. I still don't forgive Microsoft for X input." Yep. As well as Games Windows Live, but that's kind of completely separate. Alright.
Sorry. Now I have to go through a fucking age gate to get to the blog, and I don't even know if it's actually going to be on this blog because I was trying to find the exact blog post.
Let's hope it is, man. Oh, you gotta go through 2 age gates. Nice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Ooh. Man. The suspense is fucking killing me.
Now, where the fuck is the blog? Why is it so hard to find the blog?
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them
PS4
both, and
mod
there you
update.
have the facts of life.
All right. I'm about to read this to you verbatim. This comes from Bethesda. After months of discussion with Sony, we regret to say that while we have long been ready to offer mod support on PlayStation 4, Sony has informed us that they will not approve user mods the way they should work, where users can do anything they want for either Fallout 4 or Skyrim Special Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, we are disappointed by Sony's decision, given the considerable time and effort.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
The considerable time and effort we have put into this project, and the amount of time our fans have waited for mod support to arrive. We consider this an important initiative, and we hope to find other ways users' mods can become available for our PlayStation audience. However, until Sony will allow us to offer proper mod support for PS4, that content for Fallout 4 and Skyrim on PlayStation 4 will not be available. We will provide an update if and when this situation changes. They just were like digging that knife right in the back of Sony just then, and I'm not hating on them for it. But
Well, no,
Sony,
if what they're saying is
the
accurate,
fuck are you guys doing?
if what they're saying is accurate, then yeah, it's absolutely deserved. Savage Ham says Games Windows Live will never, should never be forgiven. We'll agree.
Yeah, that's true. So
It's like
to
in that 9/11 category.
continue, so Bethesda came out and said, "Hey guys," and this was days after the PS4 Pro basically like ripped out the hearts of several gamers. To continue, this followed shortly after by, "Hey guys, after careful consideration, we've decided to delay The Last Guardian. We think it's going to be better for the game because there's just so many bugs." So, to catch everybody up, if you've missed the last 10 minutes of my rant, PlayStation Plus went up. It's not too bad. PlayStation Network outages. In addition to...
Same shit, basically, on that one.
In addition to, right around the same time it happened, somebody came out and said PlayStation sucks. PlayStation Network sucks compared to Xbox Live. In addition to the PS4 Pro being something that nobody wants or nobody asked for. In addition to mod support not happening. In addition to their biggest first-party title of the year getting delayed till the end of the year. It's like, "Hey, Mom, will you buy me this game on Black Friday? Sorry, Timmy, I've already spent all my Christmas money." You know what I'm saying? Now they can't get it. Little Timmy can't get this game he wants. Because fucking fat Mama Zilla spent all her fucking money getting a 4K TV so that she couldn't get a PlayStation Pro because she didn't get the HDR version of a 4K TV because the Black Friday sales just weren't good enough for her. Because she got stomped on. So little Timmy's not getting fucking Last Guardian this year.
So I know that in this situation, little Timmy's hypothetical character. But even if, like, let's just say, like, for the sake of argument, he was a real person, like, that you knew specifically, I could give a fuck about if little Timmy's got a 4K TV. I don't fucking have one.
Yeah.
That little piece of garbage can go fucking take a hike.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck little Timmy. But at the same time, I see what you're saying.
A couple of comments. "Shooting themselves in the foot," says Rose. Yeah, they are. That logo looks more sad the more I listen.
Well,
it's true.
You might not be able to tell, but there is this kind of subtle thing Major Tom put in. It's like a sad face.
Yeah.
That might be part of why you think it looks sad. I'm not sure.
I think that's what he's talking about. Sony is like, we have 4 times as many players as Xbox, so we can't really do enough wrong to lose that player base. More like Bork, am I right, fellas?
Chlorophyll. More like borophyll.
Every player matters, damn it, says Val. FYI, Battlefield 4 DLC is also free on Xbox. And PlayStation, from my understanding.
And
or
PC.
it might not be.
It
The
is.
recent track record.
But you can't connect to the network to fucking download it.
Do you think they will reverse any of their decisions? I think they will reverse some of their decisions. To me, this reminds me of a very cocky Sony, a Sony that we have seen before, a Sony that thinks everybody thinks that their shit doesn't stink and they can do whatever the hell they want. With that being said, I still love you, Sony. I still just updated my PlayStation 4. I re-downloaded all my games. I got the update where you can put stuff in folders. I got me a co-op folder that's just got all my co-op games in it. I got me a party game folder that's got my like Jackboxes and Nidhogg's of the world, and then I got my bucket list folder that's like, I need to make sure I play through these games. I got little folders, and I'm really digging the organization that I got going on my new PlayStation. Oh shit, sup Ape, sweet ass shades, Major Tom, appreciate it, Zariella. Escape. Maybe the mod thing. Yeah, the mod thing seems repairable.
I mean, maybe. But here's the thing I was saying outside earlier.
In rant, by the way.
Which is like, so if Sony's like, absolutely fucking not, we're not going to do this, right? And Bethesda's like, okay, well, if you change your mind, let us know. But in the meantime, we're not spending any more fucking dev hours trying to get everything set up to work with your fucking hardware and your new hardware that's coming out, right?
Yep.
And the slim version, whatever kind of things they have to, you know. So what if finally it's like a year down the road and like, okay, JK, you could put mods, and they're like, dude, that fucking ship sailed. Like, we're already moving on, like, making another expansion, trying to make sure that's cross-platform. We don't have time to fucking go back and, you know, start from ground up and make a mod patch or, you know, a firmware update or whatever the fuck it is. So, yeah.
If you, in the grand scheme
It's
of all of
possibly
these
repairable.
little things that have happened, none of it is actually that big of a deal. None of that is going to deter people on a grand scale. This isn't going to cost them millions of PlayStation sales. Nothing like that. Because the only people that care are the vocal minority. With that being said, losing goodwill and graces from gamers who are like so quick to turn away from a company or so quick to throw a company under the bus or so quick to say, go fuck yourselves. Like all of these complaints that I just voiced in the voice of Sony and the voice of gamers, like none of it I actually personally legitimately give a fuck about. The delay is fine. I'm okay with the $10. I don't have a 4K TV, so the Pro's not for me. I don't play Fallout or Skyrim, so I don't give a fuck about mods. Never have. Like, from the perspective of me, none of this stuff actually matters. But it's not about me.
Whatever, man. Yes, it does.
It's not
You
about
like
me.
you have to go just fucking booted heroin, and then you're like, you know, I don't even really like this stuff. I was just doing it to prove a point. Like this,
I am doing it to prove a point.
This isn't about me. Like, I hate it.
Can you name
personally, but,
any
you
of
know.
those things that I just listed out that have a huge impact on me?
Yeah, the 4K TV and all that other shit. You
Why?
were butthurt
About what?
about the whole scenario, about everything about it. How it's fucking pretty much gated content.
No, I'm not butthurt about it because again, it is not content that I personally care about. If it's from the perspective of me,
I wish we could roll back. We could, but
yeah, you can roll back anything you fucking want.
Roll
to.
back the tape when you were like, "Oh man!" During the conference, you were like, "I might have to talk to Liz about getting 4K TV on the way home." You
all
did
that.
want that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I said, I don't actually need one. There's not enough there to make it a viable option for me right now. Plus, I really want to get one in white. So I'm going to wait for a new bundle. A new bundle. A Black Friday bundle. So
why the fuck did we talk about all this then? If you're like, but in reality, it's not a big deal.
from my perspective, I think did you hear all the other stuff I said about like gamers can easily lose trust in a company?
Right.
To me, that is the news. That is why this is interesting. Is because this has an impact. This has people making comments and being like, "What the fuck, Sony doing?" Because it's interesting.
I found it more interesting that you were pissed about it.
I'm not actually. I don't give a shit. I personally, I don't give a shit.
Way to ruin,
Again,
ruin the fucking illusion.
Oh,
I'm bummed, man. I thought I had you. I thought we were connecting.
Come on, you know I'm gonna go home and play my fucking PlayStation.
People can change their mind. No,
He
they
wants one,
can't.
but doesn't really need it. That's the truth. Wait, Major Tom, you told me you wanted a 4K TV. I do want a 4K TV. When you get a 4K
I just
TV,
don't want to buy one.
it'll bother you. Dude, there's a part of me.
You will get hot.
There's a part of me that's bothered by the fact that starting November 10th, somebody is going to play a better version of a game than me. That bothers me.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't care about PC gaming.
Yeah. How does that make sense then?
Because I don't give a shit about PC gaming.
But it would
makes
make you
sense.
upset if somebody played a better one on Sony hardware, though?
Yeah. Because I like PlayStation.
Whatever, man. I don't get it, but that's all right.
You don't have to get it.
I know. That's what I mean. That's why I said whatever, man. Like, I don't have to get it. You know?
I don't even have a smart TV, says Val. Yeah, I definitely plan to get a 4K TV. And I plan to get a Pro, just not anytime soon. I will have one. I'll let you guys know how it is in about a year. And I'm going to get a Scorpio.
You'll never be able to afford it.
It's like me saying I don't really care for Xbox that much, but still have one, and still just bought Recore, and still am about to buy Forza, and I'm still going to buy Gears of War. I'm still going to play all these things. It's just not my preferred place to play. What's up?
What am I holding? I don't know. It's this weird sewing thing my wife left in here that you
DKP,
stab
what are
people
you
with.
holding? I'll get a pro, says Idify.
It's a little stabby thing.
See,
So,
even
yeah.
Idify says he'll get a pro. Let's move on. What the fuck are you guys doing, Sony? Over here at Sony. All right, hashtag Ask Apes Anything. So, in our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Chainsaw Ape group, every week I post a pinned post that says, hey guys, you got questions for us to answer on Prep Ape? Throw them in there. People throw them in there. We answer them. Here's this week's. Master Animator asks, will you be picking up the Bioshock Remastered Collection? Yes, I will be. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm picking it up tomorrow. How about you?
No.
All right, number 2.
It's free. It's free on PC, I think. And they're like, and you know what, we think Infinite looks fucking good as it is, so we're not even touching that one. So, okay.
Yeah. Quizzical asks, how are you liking Recore? Hearing mixed reviews. Looks challenging, but a lot of grinding. I played about an hour of it, and I loved it. I don't think it's for everybody. I don't know if most of the people in here would enjoy it. I think if you like old school platforming shooters, if you like Mega Man, this feels to me like what a current generation Mega Man would feel like. If they just kept evolving Mega Man the way they did with other franchises.
So do you think I would like it?
I think you would like it, yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Heavy emphasis on combat and platforming and things like that. A couple of puzzles you have to solve. The puzzles kind of
is
remind
it
me
all
like,
just desert, though? The game?
Kind of, but you go into caves and there are different dungeons and there's a lot of mechanical stuff everywhere, so...
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I might be streaming it on Sunday night, so if I do, just kind of check out the archive or hop in the stream. See what you think. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't necessarily say I'd recommend it for everybody if there's a chance to do a demo or if you want to watch one of the streams or something with us playing it. Yeah. Appreciate that, Pebith. Is the monkey representing one of us? It can if you'd like it to.
It's whatever you want to be, baby.
Morning Shark asks, what kind of Pop-Tarts do you enjoy indulging in? S'mores, apple, cinnamon, brown sugar, cherry?
Actually, s'mores. Yeah, I gotta go with those.
I like any of them that have chocolate in them.
I don't really do
I like the
Pop-Tarts
cookie
that
dough
often,
ones.
but I do like the s'mores.
They came out with like
good.
peanut butter and chocolate ones at one point. Those are pretty good. I like anything that's chocolate in it.
But s'mores are in the realm of Pop-Tarts in the realm of those foods that it's like, just it takes one bad day to just fuck you up completely. You know, hot lava melting down your chin. You know, like so. That's specifically why I don't eat them too often.
I like that question. Idify asks, female prep ape, when's it going to happen? I think there's a lot of factors that have to go into it. I think if all the ladies want to get together and they want to put a cool show together for you guys, I think overall we support that idea. I think I love having Prep Ape on Thursday nights, and I would miss being here with you guys on a Thursday night. So it's in the event that either we can't do it, or if they want to get together, pick another night to do it. Maybe do their own little talk show.
Another big thing is, and Victoria would agree, VKP would agree here. She just simply does not have strong opinions on the gaming industry. Period.
Yeah.
Like Victoria likes Mass Effect. She'll play just like some games. As far as like actual like following the industry or knowing anything else besides that, she just doesn't really care.
Yep.
So I feel like if you wanted her to be included on that, especially, it would probably be something that needs to be less focused on the industry as a whole.
Well, it's up to them. It's whatever they would want to talk about. But if they want to do it, by all means, I'm completely cool with it. But I love. Rose says, I'm down. Let's get the ladies together. I love Prep Ape. It breaks my heart to not be here for a week. That week that I was on vacation, like the day I got back from vacation, I called you up and I was like, hey, what are you doing? I know I just drove for 9 hours. You want to hang out? And you're like, I can't. I just cried myself to sleep. I just pulled a Ace Ventura and climbed into a shower. Until the next day when I got to see you. It was nice. But yeah, I like to get with you. I like to talk about video games. I like to get mad at each other over stupid shit that none of us actually care about. So yeah,
speak for yourself.
Root beer Pop-Tarts exist? Yeah, they do. Zariella, maybe you should come join these ladies for some game and talk show stuff. All right, next question comes from Rose Rind. Crunchy or soft tacos?
Crunchy.
Soft tacos. I like soft corn tortillas.
Because use a soft little baby back bitch. That's why.
Baby back. I like those. I like truck tacos, food truck tacos. They're like the little corn tortillas, and they have like little shits all in them.
The little shits all in them. You know the ones that it's always like the white cheese, and they're like, and some very visible cilantro.
I went to Mexico when I was a teenager, and they have these like taco trucks. It's like a big old slab of a dead animal, and they just slice it off and put it in a corn tortilla and hand it to you. Best fucking tacos ever. They're so good. Rose says, also, what are your must-haves games for the rest of the year? Mafia. It was South Park. Now it's not South Park. Mafia, Final Fantasy 15, Paper Mario, Rise of the Tomb Raider, because I still haven't played that yet. Yeah.
Mafia, accounting, and everything else got pretty much fucking delayed, so.
Yeah. Oh, Forza Horizon 2 or 3 as well. Fucking love Forza Horizon.
Dark Souls
I7 asks,
DLC,
biggest disappointment of 2016, movies and games. Batman vs. Superman for movies. And...
Okay, no, I was thinking... Almost got fucking confused on the release date for something, so I gotta go with the release date this year.
Yeah.
Movies, yeah, probably Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, for sure.
Or even to a smaller extent, Suicide Squad, which I thought, like, that has to be better, but yeah, we've already been over why, problems I have with that one. As far as video games...
I just played something recently that I thought that I would absolutely love, but I didn't. But it's not. It just came to PS4. It's the only thing that I can think of. Oceanhorn. It's like a Zelda-like,
right?
And I was super excited for it. And it's just a confusing mess of a game to play. I even played for like 3 hours, being like, "Let me just cross over this hump, get over the hump, and I'm good." But
that one from Devolver Digital that came out, that was supposed to be like Norse Dark Souls. No, I think it might have been Jotun. Yes, that really was. Fucking super stoked for that because it was like top-down Souls-esque, Devolver Digital, the same publisher that did Hotline Miami, and yeah, it just fucking was just kind of terrible and boring.
Yeah,
so that's what I got. There's probably a better one that exists, but because I was so bummed about it, I haven't thought about it fucking since.
Ida57 asks, what side characters from any video game franchise would you like to see have his or her or its own games, and what type of games would it be? I'm a big fan of Luigi's Mansion, so something like that. Let me think about it, because I haven't actually thought about it, because I haven't read this question until right now. I'd like a Diddy game where you play as Diddy, and it's a kart racer, but it's also an adventure game.
Sure.
Where you like collect balloons, maybe, instead of like stars, like Mario, but it's racing. And it'd be cool if you could do like hovercrafts or airplanes, karts. And at the end, there'd be like boss battles where you have to race like an octopus or.
So it's just Diddy Kong Racing, basically. Is that what you're
Diddy Kong Racing, yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. In short,
what's up, Eddie Murphy?
I wouldn't mind a side game about Mona Sachs from Max Payne. It'd just be.
I'm not following, but continue.
Mona Sachs from Max Payne 2. She was like the. Okay, well, it would basically just be an excuse to get another Max Payne game. You wouldn't play as Max, probably. I don't give a shit. Again, that plays like that is like that sort of noir, and takes place in the same universe. I'd be down with
it. What I think would be cool would be a like spy game where you play as Sully from the Uncharted games when he's younger.
Oh my god, a game where you play as fucking Sully. Yeah. I would buy the shit.
Where he's like younger, and he's kind of like a secret agent or something like that. Not an actual secret agent. But it's him being like this really. Like, you could have, like, stealth elements and stuff like that, and, like...
How about you just say, hey, how about it's Uncharted?
Yeah, but Uncharted is very action-heavy.
Right, but with more, like, him being suave elements. Like, James...
And it'd be cool if it had, they tested out their like, the conversation trees a little bit in Uncharted 4, just like a minor amount, but have, like, decision-making being a part of it. I think that'd be cool.
Okay. The merchant from RE4.
Yeah.
What are you buying?
What are you buying? What are you selling?
Thank you. Yeah, that fucking dude.
Yeah, he could pull any weapon out of his cloak.
Oh, that's something people bitch about a lot, which is like you can only hold 2 weapons. And yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with having like an infinite inventory of weapons in most games. So, considering this guy could, it's almost like, what is it? Was it Jack and Daxter that would the big draw of it was weapons, or was that Ratchet and Clank?
That's Ratchet and Clank. Okay,
so it's like that as far as like just an incredible amount of weapons, but out of the merchant's coat.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Paintball Pixel says, do you favor the inevitable change of the gaming market, console and PC going completely digital? I see it coming. I don't like it so much for the console titles. It's dumb. I'm okay with it.
I don't like it, but
I think I have a lot of concerns with it. I don't think the internet infrastructure of the world is up to snuff to allow such a thing. like going digital only, and it's like, oh, you can't access this game because of digital rights management.
Yeah, it's for me. It's one of those instances of no, I don't like it, but is there a legit reason why I don't? No, it's because I want to have it physically. Is it?
I like owning physical games.
But is it better for the gaming industry as a whole? Probably overall.
I do find as I get older, I like can detach from physical media. Like
Well,
it all
discs
started
is easy to detach from. Cartridges, like the awesome ones we have for the those are a little bit
But
harder.
if you think about like 15 years ago, when it was like, I remember being obsessed with wanting to own music, where I'd want to have CDs, and I'd go up to Columbia House and do one of those, like, get 7 CDs for 5 cents each. I would do that kind of thing. And now my attachment to music, physical music, is non-existent except for like a couple of records I have. And then it's the same sort of thing with movies. I'm like, always got to have a DVD collection. Always got to have a Blu-ray collection. I recently got rid of all my Blu-rays. I'm going digital only, so.
Going, friggin' Tommy Rogers goes digital 2016, baby.
Yep. And a few years, like, let's say when TV shows started coming out on DVD, I always wanted to have, like, I want to get every episode of Nip Tuck. And now I'm like, then I got to a point where I was like, okay, don't buy TV shows on DVD or Blu-ray. Don't worry about TV shows unless it's I got every Twilight Zone episode on Blu-ray, which I will keep until they come out with a better version of better quality version of it. But then I got to a point where I was like, I don't need to watch TV shows like this. I can watch TV shows in 1,000 other ways. So disconnected from television, disconnected from film, disconnected from music, definitely disconnected from books. I can read a book digitally through like a Kindle or whatever. So I think it's inevitable that it's going to happen to games. And I think when it does happen, I'm not going to give a fuck.
All right. Well, we'll see. Old habits die hard, though.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. As far as like these games are concerned, I love the way like having these games on my shelf are.
yeah, cartridges.
Yeah.
Discs, I really couldn't care that much less about. Like, unless they have the old jewel cases, like for the PlayStation. Like, newer ones, I feel like those don't make me want to collect. It's ones before that kind of do. I don't know.
Anything else you want to touch on that? All right, Idify7 asks, what's your favorite iteration of Batman? Animated series one.
So, yeah,
Kevin
I
Conroy.
was going to say the same.
Or
But and if you
the Arkham games, which is basically the same. It's like a continuation almost of the animated series.
Yep. That's my answer. Now, if we're talking real life, I think that... God damn, this is a fucking hard one. I'm going to go with Batflick. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
It's kind of the most, like, not super goofy, doesn't have nipples.
Yeah.
His neck moves, and he doesn't do the Christian Bale voice.
He's a badass.
So there's that. So if we're going real life, that's what I want to be.
Yeah,
You have
I can
a
agree
real
with
life
that.
one real quick?
What?
Oh, same for you for real life?
Yeah,
All right.
I would agree. I like Michael Keaton Batman, but I think a lot of it just has to do with nostalgia.
Yeah, it's not that. Dude, go back and look.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you go back and watch those, they're not bad movies. I still love them, but they're just not. They're kind of cheeky.
The bat mask that Keaton's wearing looks like it's made out of clay. Like it looks really weird. So you just have to go back and see it. But yeah.
Idify7 asks, what movie or video game do you think would make a great television show? Max Payne.
That's actually what I think I was gonna kind of say. Because it's like, did you like Man on Fire? Wasn't that fucking great?
Yeah.
I
think a Silent Hill show would be really cool. Like each season covering a different game.
Yeah.
And it being kind of like an anthology series, like American Horror Story or something like that. I know that for a while there they were talking about a Legend of Zelda thing for Netflix. I just don't think that would work. I like the idea of it, but I don't think it would work.
I think we talked about that on Prep Ape at some point. And it was like, there's no way you can do this without it looking goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it just ain't possible. Yeah, good question.
What movie and television show would make a great video game?
Oh, Jesus. Narcos. It's like a top-down, you build your own little empire, like StarCraft sort of thing.
I'm okay with that.
No,
making a murderer. Your goal is to try to get to WrestleMania, so you have to like lie to the cops.
Yes. No, a fucking, what is it? What's that game that Rockstar came out with? L.A. Noir-esque game
where like his face like twitches.
But the whole game it's like an 8-hour experience of you interviewing Brendan Dassey. That'll be tremendous.
Oh, that's so good. Will I be able to see WrestleMania after this? Why, yes. You
have like the
just admit
lie. truth, doubt. Like, I gotta be honest, kid, I doubt it.
All right. Next question. Which, this from Idify as well. Which movie director would you like to see direct a video game? Scorsese. Moving on.
Scorsese or David Fincher.
Best sex scene in a video game. Are there any you can think of?
Yeah, I can think of a few.
Throw them at me because I can't
Most
think
are
of
from
any.
Mass Effect.
Oh yeah.
There were some from The Witcher.
One of the ones from Mass Effect.
Probably when
Just
you
him banging one of the aliens. Mass Effect would be an amazing TV show. Mass Effect is my TV show.
gotta be honest, banging Triss in Witcher 3 or
Okay.
Shani or whatever her name was.
Morning Shark says Stranger Things reminds me of Earthbound. Yeah, that'd be badass.
That's a good idea.
Rose Rin says, how many questions will Idify ask? Until he's done. Idify 7 asks, is Harley Quinn a female role model? I think she is, unfortunately.
I don't. Okay. Why? Why? Unfortunately.
No, we're not going to get into this.
Here's the thing.
No,
Here's the thing.
we're not going to get into this.
Most
You're-
people-
You're
most
about
pe-
to social justice warrior this
No.
conversation.
I'm saying most people that look at that character don't like actually know a shit. Most people that look at it as a role model, right?
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at it as this kind of a independent, does her own thing, likes to have fun. Now, is that what the character is? Not really.
Yeah.
But unless you like read the comics or you really look super deep into the character, or even give a fuck about what's outside of Suicide Squad, the movie.
Yeah.
Only people that are like fans of the character that know, like, all right. So in any case, right, where it's like, and this is the thing that I've seen a lot of people say, like, and
No, you're
I
about
don't-
to
no,
get
I-
into it. You're about to get into it.
There's only one last point here on this. This is my final point on it.
All right.
Which is like, she's not a role model because, you
Yep,
know, she
you're
allows
getting
herself to
into
be
it.
a victim, but it's like, yeah, but she's also a murderer. Like, she shouldn't be a role model for anyone, even just on that basis, that alone, that she's a cold-blooded killer. So no, I say no, but if you want to, because you don't know, it's like, you know, oh, it's such a cute story about, you know, they love each other. Fine, I don't care.
Yeah.
But in reality, no. They're both shitty.
Idify says, thoughts on Joe Magnoliano becoming the DC universe's Deathstroke. I'm cool with it. Deathstroke makes sense as a villain in like Batman vs Superman. You know who's a bigger, crazier villain than Deathstroke?
Who? Oh,
Can you guess?
fucking
Fucking Doomsday. Don't put Doomsday in the second fucking movie.
Right.
We're moving on.
Right. Joe
I'm cool with it. Pitch the perfect ending to the Resident Evil series. To me, there is no perfect ending for it. Because it should end by, like, I don't know, showing, like, toxic waste pouring out over the graveyard. Like, it shouldn't actually end. It should go on forever.
I think the ending should be like,
A helicopter flying out.
Sir, we've located him. Who? Wesker's great uncle. And then it's like, next time on Resident Evil Z, Wesker's great uncle. Like, yeah, that's I think would be the best ending.
All right. You know, I'm always a fan of not bad, but sad endings, like negative endings, where
Yeah.
like the virus wins and kills everyone and takes over Earth.
I like
those.
I like endings that the good guys lose. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan. All right. Idify says, which video game franchises need to take a long break? Any of them that come out more than 5 years in a row.
I can't really think of any right now, like, because development
I feel
cycles.
like Call of Duty should.
Besides the obvious ones, like,
Yeah.
okay, there's Call of Duty. Some people might
I feel
say
like Assassin's Creed
certain
should, but
sports
it did,
games.
so I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything else is either getting delayed or, or you know, it's like once every 2 to 3 years, which isn't terrible. Yeah. So don't have any poignant shit for that one.
Cool. Next question: are you buying the Dead Rising triple pack? It's weird because you can buy it digitally or you can buy them physically, like each. And I'm going to buy the physical versions.
No, I actually own all those just separately,
Cool.
like for the same platform. So.
Idify says, if she's up all night to the sun, and I'm up all night to get some, and she's up all night for good fun, will she know that I'm up all night to get lucky?
No.
All right, next
You're gonna have to
question.
be pretty specific about that. I feel.
Idify7 says, it pisses me off when a company releases a newer version of the same game, but doesn't provide you any added content like behind the scenes, added DLC, etc. What are your thoughts on all these games getting re-released?
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit yesterday, where it's I forget what game we were supposed to.
Hello, Jellostone.
Hello.
Kappa Heli.
But it was like it's as though, let's say, okay, Batman Arkham Knight came out, right? And like Batman Arkham Knight, Back to the Hood,
Yeah.
right? It's like a newer version, but it doesn't include like the DLC, like or Game of the Year edition that doesn't include the DLC for everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is the point then? Like, that's what those are supposed to be these days. at least.
I'm completely okay. I think you and I have talked about it before, but game preservation is something that I don't think has enough push. I think that everything, it's like, oh, check it out, guys. All of the Beatles records are being re-released on iTunes.
So
like,
if you're talking about on a different platform, that's one thing entirely. I'm talking about like same platform, different version of the game that didn't really add anything new, or like
what's an example of that?
I don't know. We were talking about this yesterday though, like on stream. There's a game that's coming out that's like a Game of the Year edition or something.
Then
That
it should
doesn't
include
that
extra
doesn't,
stuff.
but it does not come with like all the DLC. Like historically, that's how it's done these days.
I mean, I
That's
guess
just kinda
I
weird.
guess
Oh,
I could see
Dead
it.
Rising, the Dead Rising packs.
Okay.
Those are all missing DLC. Like if you buy those,
Yeah.
which it's like, how the
Yeah,
fuck?
but they're coming to a new platform, so to me that ties to the game preservation thing. Like, I don't. How do you go back and play the first one? What platform?
Look,
is
I'm
the
not,
first
I'm
one
not,
on?
I'm not bummed about them coming to a new platform, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, this game's, let's say it's 9 years old.
Yeah.
It should come with the DLC as well when you're porting it to a new platform, instead of coming
I
like
don't.
making you
I don't
buy
disagree
that
with that, but
separately.
I'm okay with games being re-released.
I'm fine with games being re-released. It just
They don't.
it
even
either
have to
it either
include
needs to
stuff.
be on something it wasn't on before,
Yeah.
or if it's like a collection of stuff, of course it should have all the content to it.
Cool. Quizzical asks, when will Idify run out of questions? We might not ever know. And then Idify says, will Quizzical and Rose Rin actually be in a stream to hear his or her questions answered? And they're both here tonight. So, question answered. Laura Barbecue asks, what franchise would you like to see in collection form? An example would be the Mega Man Anniversary Collection.
Onimusha.
An Onimusha collection would be awesome, like a modern day one.
Mhm.
I'd like a Metroid collection that's like fucking, like, Metroid, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid Fusion, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, Metroid never mind.
So like a
Metroid Prime Federation Force. Just like a collection of all the Metroid games. I'd also love to see a Castlevania collection that's all the Game Boy Advance and DS games.
that would be great.
A nice collection of those. I would also like to see a kind of like a Mario All-Stars, but for the 3D games. So give me Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
I'd like them
Mario
to take
Kart
another
collection.
I want them to take another crack at Silent Hill and not release a bunch
Yeah.
of broken bullshit. That'd be cool.
Tenchu and Prince of Persia, I think those are both great, yeah. They did release a Prince of Persia collection on PS3. I don't know, pretty much anything, and what we were just talking about with game preservation, anything that is, that you can't personally, or can't buy now, like easily, that you can't play on current generation consoles, give me collections of all that
It'd be
shit.
cool to have a like original 3 or 4 GTAs redone, like
Yeah.
not redone but remastered. Like
Yeah, I agree.
I'd like to play Vice City.
Yeah.
Kind of remastered again, right? Maybe on current hardware. That'd be neat.
And then finally from Valak Olaris says, games that you are almost embarrassed to say that you haven't played. Half-Life. I would say Final Fantasy VII, but I have at least played it.
But I mean, really play.
I answered the question.
Oh, did you?
I did.
You
It got brought up, didn't it? All
say
right.
bitch.
All right, then. There's got to be more.
Oh, there probably is. Mine would. Only thing I could think of, it used to be Assassin's Creed for me, but
Yeah.
now like somehow I feel like I'm in the right all of a sudden. As it keeps going, I feel like I made the right choice.
I do mean really play, says Val. Final Fantasy VII?
Ooh. That's a good one. Yeah. Good
Okay.
answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah, that's all I could think of. I know there's probably dozens and dozens more.
Yeah, there's a bunch. None that I feel like I would get shit over. You know what I mean? For the most part.
Yeah.
Now that I have played like kind of some of the other ones like The Witcher, more like, hey, these were Game of the Year material that
Yeah.
aren't necessarily part of a genre that I don't inherently dislike. So, mine was Mario 64, or was Mario 64.
That's a good one. That's a great
I'm
game.
glad you corrected your behavior on that one.
Yeah.
You should have.
I haven't played Galaxy 1 and 2, and I have played them, but I've
tried
never
both of
gotten
them,
past
but
like the first world.
Did not like.
Yeah, I didn't care for him either.
So yeah.
Don't like them waggle controls. Twilight Princess. Never played through that. I've always wanted to.
I think I got
I'm a huge
through
Zelda fan.
probably
Never played through Twilight Princess.
almost half. I think that's enough for me to decide whether or not I liked it or not.
My plan was to play through it as soon as I got the Wii U version, but just didn't happen.
All right, let's move on to our finale Win Stuff Money, where we will be giving away
Something different this time.
sponsored gift this week, which is a Halo Master Chief collection.
So if you have an Xbox One, or you have a friend who has an Xbox One, or whatever, we're going to give you that code. And if you're like, I don't want the code, then just find somebody to give it to, because we're not going to play a game where it just bounces around.
Yes. By the way, yeah, that is it's actually, I think it's a $60 value, more than you get off any regular Win Stuff Money.
It's like 5 Halo games.
Yeah, and they're all like actually remastered, pretty fucking nice.
Yeah.
If anyone does have Angry Tomato on Xbox Live, never play with him though. He's a fucking try-hard, used-to-be competitive Halo player, and it's just not fun, so I'll tell you that.
I understand,
but that's what we got. So, yes, you
Master Chief Collection for Xbox One.
Win
Stuff Money. How it works is that you guys see a picture there, and it looks like it's a bunch of pixels. What we're going to do is we're going to slowly remove a box from each of these little pixels from this picture. And there is a video game box art behind it. It is your job as the viewer to figure out what the fuck that video game is behind that picture. The first person to correctly identify the game hidden behind those little boxes, in this case, wins a copy of the Master Chief Collection for Xbox One.
Yeah, sponsored
digital
by
collection.
Mr. Defy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, iDefy
Donated that to us.
Donated it to you guys, to us guys, to we guys. So that's it. If there's a spelling error or something like that, basically it's up to us to determine if you actually got it or not.
Our discretion. Yes.
So yeah. With that being said, you ready?
Yep, let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes I hate how we do this. Which is like, you ready for this? And then look what it does. It's just, boop. You know what I mean? Like, there's no hype.
Do me a favor and boop every time. Boop. Ape Mania
I'm not
is
gonna do
running
it.
wild with that font, brothers.
Okay, you take over the boop. Oh, we got that WrestleMania font, baby.
Aladdin? Nope.
Oh,
Not Furlong Racing.
Oh, Jesus.
It kind of looks like Kane and Lynch 2 to me.
Does it?
Or the first Kane and Lynch. Sorry, not part 2.
Now they're going to start rolling in.
Maybe so. You are going rather fast considering how slow the chat. How long it takes for the chat to catch up.
It's all right, baby. We good, blood.
Yeah. It is not Mirror's Edge.
Nope.
It is not FedEx.
Feud X.
Batman.
Mr. Badman.
Congratulations, sir. You just won yourself.
Unfortunately, we don't accept things in all caps.
Fuck you, buddy. Morning Shark says Final Fantasy X. We've already done that one, silly.
Well, fuck. You know, we had to do this last minute. We were running really late tonight.
Go to previous. What are you doing? Top.
I know, but we don't have one where it's not.
We didn't have one that's the full picture.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Quantum Break. That's our bad. We were under the knife point tonight, under the gun. Yeah. So yes, Mr. Badman, we will get that over to you through usual channels. Yep. Thanks for your service, and thank you, Mr. Defy, for sponsoring this week's Win Stuff Money.
Absolutely.
Also sponsored by the Scion TC.
Scion TC.
And
that's man, I forgot to put the hat. I meant to put the hat on him too.
What hat?
I love the hair so much from last episode.
Oh, really?
That my intention is to put a little something on his head every time.
Give him a little bit of pizzazz.
Yeah.
Fuck.
A little ape face.
All right. Well, do you guys have anything else for us since this is the wrap up?
Yep.
Any
else? Questions, comments, concerns, feedback, whatever. You want to tell us how handsome we both look? I won't accept it.
I won't accept it. We had the hat earlier. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Did. Oh, Jesus. All right, guys. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything. So I think we're going to go and call it for that. I believe tomorrow, the angriest of all tomatoes will be
no worries, maybe.
We'll be back. But, and we'll be doing a Friday night stream. I'm not sure as to what. I think it's his choice tomorrow. So it might be some serious weeb shit. I don't know.
I'll be back on Sunday. I'll either be playing Recore or Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Because I did finish Super Mario 3D World yesterday.
And, sounds good.
Which, by the way, depending on, I don't know how crazy or busy things are, but I think next week is going to be like, you know how I do like that update episode where I update what the last like 10 or 15 games I've played on 52? I'm at like 15 games since that we actually did one of those. So I think it's about time to do another one.
All right.
So be on the lookout. Probably next week I'm gonna let you know how the last 15 games of my Major Tom's 52-week challenge. And if you guys don't know too much about it, you can see more information on the forums. But the general gist is I'm trying to beat 52 games in a year, and I'm doing pretty well.
He's fucking up. All right.
I'm at 35. I need 17 more. So
I think you can do it. Maybe.
that's
If you go ahead and just beat Undertale now.
I'm pretty close. Well, I'm not close on Undertale. Undertale, from what it looks like, is a semi-short game. So, and I'm like an hour into it.
All right, cool. That is it. Let's see. Yeah,
Story on Saturday, I think.
Yeah,
we talked about it.
she mentioned
She
that.
brought it up for you.
I said,
Major
you
Tom,
guys
you
wanna
get
do, man?
Color Splash? Fuck yes, I am, Morning Shark. I'm super stoked for Color Splash.
as far as I know, she said that I'm going to talk to, and then that's the last I heard.
Played
But,
Treasure Tracker before 3D
she's already
World.
talked to you,
It's
cool.
surreal.
But yeah, just tic-tac-toe count. Holy fuck, you could fill up a like in a night.
Yeah.
Beat the
Play
shit
Oregon
out.
Trail on PC. Quick one to beat. Fun too. Oregon Trail. I for some reason I read it as Oregon Trail. Yeah, I might check that out. I'm real weird about PC games though, so you know how I do.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Gus.
All right, see you back on pretty much this time tomorrow, I guess. I imagine Tomato and I will still be here.
Make
All right,
sure
guys.
you check out chainsawheap.com so you can get access to all our links and all the other cool shit.
And someone remind us of the bed of Resident Evil 2 so I can get my asshole eaten by Major Tom here.
Yeah.
You can you just always give it a little toot, you know what I'm saying?
No tank controls,
You know
huh?
what I'm saying? No tank controls.
Interesting.
All right, okay.
So I'm Major Tom.
DKP, and this
We're
has
outta
been
here.
Chainsaw Ape. Later, fellas. Boop, boop.